Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto hates Toad's council bashing. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by jtawh and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1, You've got to be kidding me. A young blonde boy with whisker marks on his cheeks groaned as sunlight streamed through his window and onto his face. He tried to sink deeper into his luxurious, plush bed, only to have his back poked by a spring. Growling at how he was going to shove the mattress into the manufacturer's face, Naruto Uzumaki rose up from his bed, stretching his body. Then he noticed where he was. Then the musty smell of the room he was in hit his sensitive nose. Finally, he brought his hands to his face and noticed small, childlike fingers. He got up, looking around for a bathroom. He finally found the damn thing and looked into the mirror. Naruto almost destroyed his dinky apartment. Almost. He was male and therefore loved to blow things up with various objects, including explosives, jutsu, and more often than not, a tailed beast bomb. Would that count as overkill? Naruto growled to himself, as he saw his pitiful body. He was a child. Again. He was a child, again, in some village that he hadn't taken the time to recognize just yet. Naruto closed his eyes and reached inward, feeling the tugging feeling that signified entrance into his mindscape. The first thing he felt was relief. His mindscape was still in the same state, in that strange sea of shining whiteness. In front of him was the nine-tailed demon fox, Kurama, in all of its glory, snoring softly. Naruto curbed his desire to scream into the beast's ears. So, he folded his arms and waited for the fox to wake up. He began tapping his feet on the whiteness, willing a clear tapping noise into existence. When the fox refused to wake up, he took drastic measures, mainly, yelling like a child. Hey, he actually is a child. At the moment, anyway. Hey! Kurama! Wake up, you lazy-ass fox! There was a deep, reverberating groan as the greatest Biju cracked open one of its eyes. It closed its eye, deciding to ignore its host. Then both of its eyes opened in surprise at seeing a chibified version of Naruto. Its maw opened, letting its deep voice echo throughout the all-encompassing void. What the fuck? I could ask you the same thing. Why the hell are you so tiny? Why the hell am I so tiny? The fox finally sat up, looking down on its host with no small amount of amusement. What the hell was he wearing? Who the hell wore that kind of clothing to sleep? Alright, what's happening outside? Obviously, the beast was referring to the real world and not the little slice of Naruto's mind. We're in some village, and we're living in an incredibly shitty apartment. Date? Hang on. Naruto vanished for a moment, reappearing shortly after. From what I can tell, we're enrolled in a shinobi academy if the calendar says anything. If the gigantic-ass monument outside tells me anything, we're in the village hidden in the leaves. How old am I anyway? The beast hummed in thought, scanning the body of its host. You're about 13. Still in the academy? Yeah, we're graduating today. How the hell am I supposed to act? I need more information. Let's go outside. Maybe we can get some info by acting like idiots. You mean by me acting like an idiot? I know what I meant. Grinning slightly, Naruto left his mind and got dressed. He nearly gagged when he saw the clothing. Orange was a nice color, but he had 5 sets of this terrible-looking orange tracksuit. It was loose on his frame, somewhat heavy, and most of all, flashy. What the hell kind of shinobi wore that shit? Shaking his head, Naruto got dressed and walked outside. You might think that he would be tripping all over himself, but all good shinobi know how to maintain balance. In Naruto Uzumaki's humble opinion, he was a damned great shinobi and as such, could walk without trouble at all, despite the unwieldiness of his shorter body. He walked throughout the streets, getting some nostalgia at being in the village he was born in. Well, not this particular village, but the village in his own timeline. This one was different from what he remembered, but he hadn't visited his old village in years. Then he saw a man glaring at him. Hatefully even. It was a fairly common thing too. People would glare at him, grit their teeth when he neared, and speak softly behind his back. He nearly frowned, but kept walking. If the words demon brat were anything to go by, the village likely knew he was a Jinchuriki. You know, Kurama muttered within his head, this is already annoying me. Why does the village know you're a Jinchuriki? I thought Jiraiya and Tsunade were insistent that no one knew of that. It might not be like that here, Naruto thought, knowing the Kyuubi would hear it. The adults seem to know who I am. I'm guessing the ANBU station nearby for my protection. Looking up at the sun, Naruto decided to head over to the academy. If the calendar was correct, there was a graduation exam today. His Chunin sensei, who he recognized as Iruka Umino, was waiting at the front of the class. Naruto waltzed in, picking a seat near some random student. The student, who he now recognized as a younger version of Kiba Inuzuka, made a snide comment about his grades and how he was going to fail. Naruto snorted. Blah blah preteen bravado, blah blah blah. Naruto leaned his cheek on his fist, ignoring the babbling of the boy near him. From the corner of his eyes, Naruto took great pleasure in watching Kiba's expression turn from bewilderment, to irritation, and to anger. Before Kiba could yell at the blonde for ignoring him, 2 girls entered the class, bickering about the seat next to Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto almost raised an eyebrow at the fangirl attitudes. Almost. It wasn't like he hadn't been exposed to them before, but he never expected Sakura Haruno and Ino Yamanaka to have such a demeanor. Sasuke Uchiha was doing a valiant job of ignoring the girls, although the tick marks on his head were an indication of his irritation. I was here first, Ino pig. No way, forehead. Sasuke-kun is my true love. Keep on dreaming. Naruto watched in rapt fascination as a minor catfight formed over the brooding Uchiha. Holy shit, this is pathetic. What the fuck happened to this village? Naruto could only agree and wondered where the actual kunoichi were. This must have been some preliminary genjutsu test. It had to be. Unfortunately, genjutsu did not really affect Naruto. Not anymore, at least. Stop fighting, Naruto said, his voice reeking of authority. The tone caused both kunoichi to stop and stare at the Jinchuriki, whose head was now propped on his own interlaced fingers. Shut up, Naruto baka. You can't tell us what to do. Ino seized control of Sakura's distraction and snatched the seat next to Sasuke up. When Sakura noticed this, she growled and pulled up her imaginary sleeves, slowly advancing on the Jinchuriki. Then Iruka's voice rang out, telling everyone to sit down. Sakura still seemed to be pissed, but took a seat next to Ino, patiently waiting for instructions. I'm glad most of you are here. Today is the day where each of you will take the graduation test. This exam will tell us whether or not you are ready to become genin. I hope you have all studied hard for this. It won't be easy, after all. Now, the first exam will be a written test. Please answer all 30 questions within the time limit. Iruka wrote down the time limit on the nearby board before handing the tests out. He told them all to begin. Naruto immediately recognized the genjutsu on his paper. The QB mentioned how one of the proctors probably had something against him for obvious reasons. Hey, Iruka-sensei, Naruto whispered, raising his arms slightly in the air. When Iruka approached and leaned down to Naruto's level, Naruto asked him why a genjutsu was placed on his paper. Iruka picked up the paper and frowned, casting a glance over at the assistant examiner, Mizuki. The proctor dispelled the genjutsu and handed the paper back to the blonde student. Not going to dispel it yourself? Kurama asked. Naruto mentally shook his head, telling his Biju that he wanted to know if Iruka was the one who placed the genjutsu. The glance at Mizuki told him who the real culprit was, and Iruka's motions didn't seem to reek of lies. The Kyubi Jinchuriki blazed through the test, finishing it faster than anyone else in the class. The main reason for that was that he wrote down random answers for most of the questions. Jinchuriki were not allowed to not be a ninja. That would be such a contradiction of the reason they were Jinchuriki. So, even if he failed at everything, he would still become a ninja. He was sure of it. If he didn't, then he could just mess around for a while. There wasn't a real reason for him being in the hidden leaf anyway. The timer rang, the exams were collected, and Iruka moved on to the next test, which was accuracy. Most students had middling accuracy, only enough to pass. Some, such as Sasuke Uchiha, had perfect accuracy. Not that he didn't expect it, but Sasuke's personality was so different from what he was used to. Plus, his cousin and sister weren't in the class either. When Naruto's turn came up, he lazily flicked the shuriken, scoring a 100%. All of the throwing stars had been spot on. Then the blonde realized that he probably shouldn't have done that if the shocked expressions of his classmates and of his proctors said anything. Shrugging, he accepted Iruka's praise with a smile before rejoining his class. Some of them were eyeing him strangely. The next test was the body replacement technique. Naruto was mentally groaning at this, but he complied. There were still questions whose answers he didn't have. This time, he scored perfectly average. Yep, just enough to pass, but not enough to attract attention. Iruka seemed vaguely disappointed, but oh well. Then there was the henge, or the transformation technique. Students were asked to transform into Iruka. Naruto completed that without much fuss. Iruka gave him a smile and finished the rest of the examinations. All right, Iruka announced, catching the attention of the nervous and excited students. The final exam will be the Bunshin no Jutsu, or the clone technique. Make at least 3 clones of yourself in order to pass. Fuck, Kurama muttered in Naruto's head. You can't do the Bunshin. Think we have an alternate test due to the size of your reserves? Naruto shrugged as he walked into the other room where students were asked to perform the clone technique. There was no alternative. It was either make the clones, or fail. Naruto failed. Spectacularly, too. Amazing shinobi or not, he couldn't do low chakra jutsu. It was impossible. There was no point either for him to use the regular jutsu either, since he could use the shadow clone technique. Iruka shook his head at the blonde who looked fearful of his failings. I'm sorry, Naruto, but your scores were not enough to pass you. You fail. Outside, Naruto leaned against a nearby tree, watching the new genin file out with their parents. He could hear mutterings of civilian parents being glad at him not passing. Wow. He was the village's fucking weapon. He was their damn trump and they treat him like this? What the fuck? Konoha, like Kumo, was supposed to be, oh right. Different timeline. Different Konoha. His head snapped to the left, sensing a presence. Mizuki appeared, giving him an extra credit assignment that could be used to pass. It involved stealing the forbidden scroll. What does he take me for? Naruto thought. A fool. You might have been a fool, given how everyone expected you to fail at accuracy. Or rather, your other self was one. Naruto rolled his eyes. Stealing the forbidden scroll? What the fuck? How would a genin steal such a thing? It would be impossible, especially considering how tight security would be around that thing. Still, Mizuki had supplied him with directions and what would happen if he succeeded. So, later that night, Naruto entered the office of the Hokage and found the scroll. It wasn't even hidden in some secure location. It was sitting on a freaking shelf. Then he ran into the Hokage, who frowned at what Naruto was holding. The third had been very kind in Naruto's lifetime, even after he had retired. The man eventually died from old age, but he had gone out of his way to make sure Naruto was raised properly and given the correct amount of training. Given the affectionate suffix the Hokage had added to Naruto's name, he was able to deduce several things. 1. The Hokage maintained a close relationship with Naruto, the other Naruto, in order to foster a sense of loyalty to the village. It was likely he also liked him. The Kyuubi had mentioned Naruto's strange ability to draw people to him several times. 2. Given how he was still Hokage, if the hat said anything, Jiraiya and Tsunade weren't in the village. Jiraiya had picked up the hat after securing his spy network, and Tsunade had remained within Konoha to raise her own family. Her son and daughter were very nice to Naruto when he was younger. Her brother and son had helped him control his Jinchuriki powers when they had awakened their Kekkai Genkai. 3. He was still a pervert. The book hanging out of his pocket kind of proved it. Naruto used his own unique transformation technique. Seriously, it was ridiculously powerful, and caused the man to collapse in a nosebleed. What kind of Hokage did that? Granted, the situation wasn't really serious. Well, not to Naruto anyway. So Naruto headed off into the forest, and once he found a clearing, he opened the scroll and looked through it. You already know all of these, Kurama informed. I was hoping that there would be other techniques, but it seems like there's a lack of techniques in here. It's missing a lot of stuff. More differences, Kurama rumbled. Naruto shrugged and waited for Mizuki to confront him. He wasn't surprised when Iruka popped up and admonished him. Naruto played dumb, causing Iruka to raise his guard. Then Mizuki appeared with a large Fuma shuriken in his hand, laughing maniacally. Oh, and then he broke the third's law, according to Iruka. So Iruka stood on a tree branch, waiting for Naruto's breakdown. He didn't expect Naruto to face palm. Wow, how are you, Chunin? I thought that Chunin had to have some sort of IQ before they were promoted. You're a damned idiot. What? You demon! I'll kill you! Mizuki chucked his shuriken. Iruka was about to dive to intercept, but he noticed Naruto going through the replacement technique hand seals. The shuriken sliced and diced a log and Naruto appeared behind Mizuki, grinning viciously. Mizuki laughed, stabbed the boy, and then exploded. The top half of the tree was destroyed, and the charred body of Mizuki fell to the ground. Naruto appeared behind a tree and made a show of appearing weak and broken. You know, the stuff a 13-year-old would feel, and not an elite shinobi stuck in a 13-year-old's body. This led to a visit with the Hokage, who assured Naruto everything was all right. Iruka gave his headband to the boy and treated him to ramen. Oh boy, ramen. Something that Naruto never, ever grew tired of. Hell, even his Biju loved ramen. What a damned coincidence. Naruto finally entered his apartment, feeling annoyed from the events of the day. How strong are the coils of this body? Naruto absent-mindedly asked, already strengthening them. We can't go full Biju for long, but we could probably last 5 or so minutes. As time goes by, it'll go longer. Naruto nodded and jumped into his bed, falling asleep shortly after. Academy, several days after. After he had received his headband, Naruto had immediately gone to the library. The librarian tried to boot him out, but Naruto ignored her shrieking and entered anyway. It wasn't like she could do anything either. He had read up on the history regarding this timeline. Madara was able to control the Kyuubi, the fourth had died again. The Uzumaki clan was gone, that was surprising. In addition to the Uchiha clan, that massacre confused the hell out of him, and some other things he made a note of. Naruto and Kurama were mentally discussing those events when Kiba made another brash remark about how he had failed and shouldn't be in the class. It was only for the elite genin that had passed. Naruto merely tapped his forehead protector, causing Kiba to comically drop his mouth in shock. You feel that? There's shock, but there's also happiness in this room. Guess who it's from? Probably Hinata. She's much more timid than before. I liked her other personality better. Then Ino and Sakura walked in, arguing yet again about their seat. This time, Naruto zoned out, ignoring the bickering between the two. Seriously, they should have been acting their age. Ninja headbands meant that they were legally adults and adults weren't supposed to bicker. Maybe shinobi would go for kills, but not bicker. Bickering was boring. This time, Sakura got the seat and gave Ino a smug smirk. Iruka walked in and began his boring lecture on shinobi careers before assigning the teams. Several teams were different due to the lack of student composition. Naruto ended up being slapped into a team with Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha. Their sensei was Kakashi Hatake. Feels like politics. 2 Sharingan users in a team with a Jinchuriki? The Kyuubi agreed. Then they all played the waiting game. For his part, Naruto was flabbergasted. He guessed this was another discrepancy since the Kakashi of his time was always on time. Obito Uchiha never on time. Annoying prick. After a while, Kakashi finally showed up. Naruto didn't let his irritation show, but his teammates were both incredibly annoyed, so then they all met at the top of the academy. All of them sat down, and Kakashi did his classic Coolio introduction. All three genin, including Naruto, sweat dropped. Then Kakashi pointed to Naruto. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like many things, but your tardiness isn't one of them. Kakashi gave him a deadpan look. I don't like people who annoy me. I don't have a hobby at the moment. I am seriously reconsidering the dream I used to have. Nope, no reaction. Then came Sasuke's badass introduction, which caused Sakura to hyperfixate on him. Then she introduced herself, causing Naruto to loudly groan. Is there a problem? Kakashi asked. This is what Naruto wanted to say. No, nothing at all. Except for maybe the fact that she's a fucking stupid fangirl in a world of death. What he really said was, no, I'm fine. I'm just itching for our first mission. Kakashi handed them pieces of paper, which Naruto instantly recognized as the beginnings of the bell test. Don't eat breakfast or you might throw up, all of that fancy jazz. Naruto ignored everything the paper said and simply ate breakfast before appearing at the designated training field. He was also 2 hours late too. Shortly after he arrived, Kakashi appeared to stare blankly at a fuming Sakura and an irritated Sasuke. He set up the bell test stuff, explained the rules, and said you won't advance to genin if you don't come at me with the intent to kill. Sakura and Sasuke tensed, but Naruto burst out laughing. When Kakashi asked him what was funny, Naruto responded with a wide grin and said, We're 3 fresh genin. We can't possibly defeat Jonin. In fact, anything we do is paramount to failure because of how strong you probably are. The only way to have a chance in hell of defeating you would be for us to launch a series of coordinated attacks. Do you hear that? That's the sound of light bulbs going off in your teammates' heads. Ding. Or ping. Naruto backed up to his team, ushering them close. They were reluctant, but he convinced them to work together. Sakura was doing it for Sasuke, but Sasuke was doing it to become stronger. Naruto just wanted to get through this. He wanted to see the status of the other nations. Maybe he should just ditch or something. Nah. He'd wait until Kurama finished the changes. So, with a shoddy plan and a bunch of clones, Team 7 failed to get a bell. Naruto couldn't get it without showing off a skill level that he wasn't supposed to have. Still, Kakashi passed them once Naruto let his teammates have the food. Naruto smirked to himself. Finally, time for some D-ranks. He needed money for ramen, anyway. Chapter 2, Monologues and Wave. Naruto stroked the ninja cat that was purring in his hands. Tora was probably a pain in the ass to catch, if the scratches lacing Sakura's arms were anything to note. Sasuke didn't even do anything and Kakashi was reading porn. Even in this timeline Naruto's perverted godfather wrote porn. Finally, they entered the mission room, where Sakura began to yell about how they had been doing nothing but D-ranks since they became a team. Hey, that's not true, Naruto interjected. You've been trying and failing to get a date out of Sasuke. That's been taking quite some time. Naruto carelessly avoided the incredibly poor taijutsu attacks Sakura launched at him. Why was she angry at him? He was telling the truth. After some huffing and puffing, Sakura demanded that they get a C rank. Sasuke quietly agreed and Naruto just shrugged. Why wouldn't he shrug? It wasn't like he gave a damn what mission he would get. Then the old drunk came out and made some crack about Sakura's expression. Naruto recognized the man as Tazuna, but he was confused as to why the man was in Konoha. They weren't hiring him for any construction projects. At least, none that were explicitly noticeable. Anyway, their new mission became an escort to the Land of Waves. Oh boy, escort missions. What a way to prove your shinobiness. They all met at the gate and left. Naruto picked up the subtle nuances from the carpenter that revealed nervousness. Then the puddle showed up. On a hot, sunny day. They had passed the river some time ago, too. Well, it was a good psychological throw-off. Naruto could give the 2 Chunin that. They all walked forward and the enemy ninja popped up with these claws and chains that were probably poisoned. Kakashi got torn apart, Sakura screamed, Sasuke leapt into action. Naruto observed. He elevated Sasuke's skill level. The last remaining loyal Uchiha was obviously much more skilled than he let on. The academy must have sucked for his level. Then one of the Kiri ninja attempted to stab him. Kurama laughed at how slow the guy was moving. Naruto slapped the hand away and delivered a quick 1-2 punch to his gut, causing the man to double over. Sasuke had dispatched his foe and Naruto had stopped his. Kakashi walked in, dramatic entrance and all, and began to lecture them. The carpenter was lying, but they still had a mission to do, so while they were being transported across the sea, Tazuna gave them this sad little story about his grandson and Konoha ninja. Naruto sort of zoned out until the man was done. Well, what do you guys think? Sakura seemed unsure. Sasuke didn't seem to have any inclination towards either side. It was Naruto's why the fuck not to convince them all to keep moving. After, of course, Kakashi chided him for swearing. Naruto responded by saying that he was legally an adult, and so would swear whenever he wanted to. Kakashi rolled his eyes and returned to his vigilant post as watchman. They reached the shore and the man rowing the boat left, trying to get some distance just in case Gaara's men were in the area. Naruto had absolutely no idea who Gaara was. The Land of Waves was extremely prosperous from where he came from due to protection from the Land of Whirlpools. He guessed the clan's destruction meant that Wave was susceptible to tyrannies such as the one Tsunade had described. He'd kill Gaara while he was there. Why not? Naruto's eyes slightly narrowed as he felt two chakra signatures nearby. One was extremely familiar to Naruto as Zabuza Momochi, while the other was completely unrecognizable. Then came the super special sword flying through the air. Sasuke and Sakura, along with Kakashi and Tazuna, all hit the deck. Naruto let the thing fly over his head. If he was a short shinobi, he'd take advantage of that. Looks like I missed. I guess you brats are lucky after all. Zabuza Momochi, in all of his masculine glory, shut the fuck up. Kurama smirked to itself and removed itself from Naruto's thoughts. Anyway, Zabuza was standing on his large-ass sword, which was embedded in a thick tree. To be frank, he looked like a total badass. Kakashi told them to assume positions near Tazuna and unveiled his super awesome Sharingan eye. Sasuke was stunned. He was only 13, or maybe 12, he didn't know about magical procedures that implanted super eyes into eye sockets. Then Zabuza used the hidden mist jutsu, killing intent and creepy monologue included. You know, Naruto said absent-mindedly, stopping Zabuza's creepy speech, if you really were the demon in the mist or whatever, you would stop this manic dialogue and kill us. Seriously, what the fuck are you doing? His teammates, sensei, and even the bridge builder looked at him in shock. What? Naruto said dumbly. Again, Zabuza's voice echoed throughout the area. Not a bad idea, kid. I think I'll go with you first. And then a water clone of Zabuza appeared, swinging his blade. Kakashi stopped it, and slammed the kunai into Zabuza's shoulder, turning the clone back into standing water. Cue additional damned monologue about Kakashi's Sharingan. Naruto was getting annoyed. Seriously, this is kind of boring. Did any villains back in our time do this? Nagato, Sasori, I think Orochimaru did it too, but with him it's so hard to tell. I know, right? He flirts with every child ever. Seriously, it's creepy. The whole want your body thing doesn't help either. Naruto nodded and returned his attention to the fight, watching as Kakashi was trapped in a water prison technique. You're powerless to me now, Sharingan Kakashi. I think I'll take my sweet time killing your students. Then he created a water clone which rose out of the water and began to walk very slowly, towards Naruto and his team. Oh yeah, the carpenter too. Can't forget about him. Do something. Your team is scared shitless. So Naruto created a bunch of solid clones and mobbed the Zabuza clone. All of his clones were destroyed, except for one that threw a Fuma shuriken at Sasuke. The Uchiha boy realized what was going on and threw the thing high in the air. Zabuza watched as the shuriken turned into Naruto, who fell straight down onto Zabuza's raised sword. Sakura screamed. Kakashi gaped. Naruto exploded literally. Zabuza was blasted back, Kakashi was freed, and the real Naruto appeared next to Sasuke, smirking slightly. I fucking love the great clone explosion. An enraged Zabuza fought Kakashi, lost, and got picked off by a hunter nin who was really Haku. Right before Haku was about to leave, Naruto let a very important piece of information slip. Hey, aren't you supposed to cut his head off? The hunter nin hesitated ever so slightly. I am sorry, but I do not know any fire jutsu and the body is very important to my village. I do not trust you Konoha shinobi either. Prepared for everything, eh? The hunter nin shrugged and grabbed the dead body before body flickering away. Kakashi collapsed, and then Naruto spent his time dragging the nearly unconscious man to Tazuna's home. Tazuna's home. Naruto eyed Tsunade appreciatively. The woman could cook, clean, and wasn't that bad on the eyes. Of course, the blonde was interested in more than a housewife. He liked women who were strong, independent, and had a very good chance of kicking his ass. He totally wasn't a masochist. Kakashi had started them off on some idiotic tree-climbing exercise that he and Sakura got immediately, leaving Sasuke to stew. When Sasuke appeared in the kitchen, all beat up from the exercise, Naruto had to smirk. Why not? Brooding was boring. And lame. And, unfortunately, attracted fangirls. Finally got it? You could have just asked? Naruto got a snort in response. Shrugging, Naruto turned to his meal. Then Inari entered and asked why they all fought. Gato was invincible, too good for shinobi, etc. Never mind the fact that he's a short, ordinary man. No, he must be invincible since he's able to oppress an entire country that has no standing militia or shinobi force. Well, that's impressive. In order to change Inari's perspective, Naruto began to recount how many ways shinobi could kill each other. He was on number 37 when Kakashi ordered him to stop. Everyone's face was rather green. Naruto snickered and rubbed the back of his head before leaving. He didn't really want to find out if anyone spilled their dinner onto the floor. So he went into the forest, chatting with Kurama all the way, until he found a secluded clearing. He slumped down against a tree, taking some time to relax. He saw a girl in a rather pretty kimono enter the clearing. She eyed him for a moment. What are you doing so deep in the forest? She asked in a musically soft voice. Relaxing, he said. I'm kind of tired from training. Oh? You're a shinobi? Which village are you from? The village hidden in the leaves. Do you have a dream? I don't know. I used to, but my world has kind of been turned upside down. The girl paused, examining the boy as he raised himself into a standing position and began to stretch. Do you have anyone you fight for? Naruto paused to consider his answers. He couldn't say a fur ball stuck in my gut because that sounded silly. Really, really silly. I fight for a fur ball stuck in my gut, was his eloquent response. The girl gave him an odd look for a moment. Oh, right. You might not understand anything. Shinobi matters are kind of ambiguous sometimes. Civilians such as yourself might not understand it all. I see. Why would you protect that fur ball in your gut, as you called it? Naruto shrugged. It's been with me for my entire life. Why wouldn't I? If I go, it goes, and it's helped me a lot throughout my life. Well, I believe that people are strongest when they are fighting to protect someone who is precious to them. I'm guessing that fur ball is precious to you. Yep. Very precious. He heard the QB's snort echo in his head. The girl smiled and began to pick up herbs that were littered throughout the clearing. Who are you picking herbs for? Someone precious to me, was her reply. This is getting really cheesy. And repetitive. Yes, we get it. Fight for someone you love and you become stronger. All animals do that, except for the love thing. Love is the most fickle emotion of them all. I realize that. Whoever is precious to you must be lucky to have such an attractive girl looking after them. What is your name? Mine is Naruto Uzumaki. My name is Haku, she said, finishing up her task. She gave the blonde a radiant smile and turned to leave. Oh, and by the way, I'm a guy. Bullshit, was Naruto's immediate reply. She looked at him for a moment before raising a demure eyebrow. The fur ball in my gut can smell your pheromones. You are most definitely female. Care to prove that? She responded. Naruto chuckled in reply. I'm not that kind of guy. Besides, it's cool if you're pretending to be male. Gato's henchmen are running around and I suspect it would be dangerous for a female to be out on her own, even if she is a ninja. Haku's eyes widened and she jumped back, entering a battle stance just in case the Konoha ninja decided to attack her. Instead, he shook his head. I'm not going to attack you. I don't know who you are aside from your name. She relaxed her stance. Besides, you should be careful. There's a strong missing nin in the area. Haku nodded carefully before turning to leave. The wide, charming smile Naruto had on almost caused her to blush. Almost. Nice to meet you, Haku-chan. I hope we can meet again someday. Then they left towards their own destinations. Haku went back to Zabuza and Naruto returned to Tsunade's home to crash. The following day, they all, bar Naruto, who was sleeping for some reason, went to the bridge, only to find most of the workers dead. They had long since figured out that the hunter nin was a rogue, so Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke prepared to fight. Sakura was stuck watching Tsunade again while Kakashi faced off with Zabuza. Sasuke was able to match the speed of Haku before she used her demonic mirroring ice crystals to begin peppering the Uchiha with Saban. Naruto walked through the gaps in between the mirrors at a casual pace, having stopped the bandits from roughing Tsunade up. He helped Inari too. From her position within the mirrors, Haku watched Naruto nonchalantly walk into her environment. Then he made a jab at Sasuke, which caused the Uchiha to shout at him. Look, all I'm saying is that this is ice. Shouldn't you, I don't know, melt it or something? You couldn't melt the ice. The temperature was maintained by chakra, which was why it was so damn sturdy. Naruto turned his attention to the hunter nin. I didn't think a member of the Yuki clan would go rogue. Wait, different Kirigakure. Haku was surprised the blonde knew of her destroyed clan, but the way he spoke of Kiri was strange. Anyway, Naruto created clones which let themselves get dispelled by needles. Eventually, Sasuke awakened his Sharingan and got knocked out by Haku. I'm sorry to have killed your friend. Please surrender. I don't want to do the same to you. Naruto's response was to snort. Really? I was waiting for you to knock him out, Haku-chan. My sensei and female teammate won't really notice this, but I'm going to beat you into submission. And then afterward, I can take you out to dinner as an apology. Each reflection clearly showed Haku palming her mask. Why was he attempting to flirt with her in a battle? The girl sighed, readying another batch of Saban. When she threw them this time, the blonde vanished. No afterimage, no blur, nothing. And then her mirror shattered, releasing her awestruck body and causing the rest of the jutsu to fall apart. You know, Naruto said, dusting himself off, that was picture perfect. I think I'd give Zabuza a run for his money. Haku rose to her feet, checking herself for any injuries. How did you end my jutsu? You're even faster than I am. Naruto shrugged. I'm a Jinchuriki. I was created simply to be a tool, a weapon. I'm the least trump, but they don't treat me as such. They treat me as a monster. Honestly, I don't care. The people who matter won't mind at all. Finding a parallel to the boy, Haku went through her own monologue. Heart-wrenching, sad, and then heartwarming as the demon known as Zabuza Momochi picked her up and raised her as her own. It really gave the man a different light. Or maybe that was Kakashi's lightning cutter in the distance. Haku cast a glance at Naruto, but the blonde clapped his hands together and exhaled, launching a whirlwind that stopped everything. It also revealed Gato and the 100 mercenaries waiting for Zabuza to finish up. Gato explained what he was going to do, which ended up in most of the mercenaries and Gato dying from Zabuza's frenzied vengeance. Oh yeah, Kakashi helped. In the end, they were all at Tsunade's house. Sasuke was happy to have awakened his Sharingan. Sakura was happy the mission went well. Kakashi was happy his students were still alive, and Haku was happy Zabuza was still alive. No one knew, bar Haku, about Naruto's overwhelming power. The night before Team 7 was supposed to leave, Haku grabbed Naruto and dragged him into the clearing where they had originally met. The scene was really beautiful. Moonlight, cute girl, charming boy. Ignore the age difference and the fact that any intimate action between the two would have the elders frowning. No, they didn't have sex. Naruto's a bit too young for that. Well, his body is. Besides, they only really just met. Get over yourselves. Tell me why you thought a Yuki would stay loyal to Kirigakure. Naruto rubbed the back of his head, internally groaning at Kurama's admonishments. Would you believe I'm from an alternate timeline in which Kirigakure didn't get their bloody mist moniker? Haku gave him a deadpan look. Right. It was a good try. It's true, you know. Anyway, I was simply misinformed. I was taught to be loyal to my village, after all. Kekkei Genkai are useful. Aside from common sense, how would you know that? Naruto shrugged and then made a hand seal. Does the surname Uzumaki remind you of anything? A past clan situated near Kiri, maybe? Haku watched, transfixed as water was drawn from the moisture in the cool, night air. It coalesced around his hands, forming ice shards. With a flick of his wrist, the shards of ice flew from his hand to a nearby tree. You know, that kind of seems overpowered. I'm from the future. This body's had the damn bloodline for a while, and I've only now been able to awaken it. God knows how long the idiot who used to reside in here would take. You know, that somehow strikes me as incredibly overpowered. Are you sure you and the furball aren't in cohorts, Haku-chan? The girl giggled, giving him a smile. They talked for a little while before returning to Tsunade's house. Zabuza gave him an odd look, but Kakashi threw a discreet thumbs up. All of the shinobi got to know each other better over the next few days. The bridge was built, and they all left. Much to Kurama's amusement, the bridge was named the Great Naruto Bridge. Zabuza and Haku left Team 7 at a crossroads, both determined to find more resources and recruits for the fight against their tainted Mizukage. Before they left, Haku gave Naruto a kiss on the cheek and a wink. Naruto gave her his own foxy smile and hightailed it out of there before no-brows Zabuza decided to decapitate him. Kakashi chuckled to himself, muttering about how his cute little genin was a heartbreaker to enemy Kunoichi. Sakura was flabbergasted. Sasuke was smirking. Sasuke was a guy. Of course he was smirking. He was subtly congratulating his male comrade in his dealings with a female. Broody or not, Sasuke was a male teenager. Naruto found the rebellion in Kiri to be strange. Yagura was a level-headed man. He realized the power and value of bloodline users, as well as how to run a village based off of sea trade. It was he who had turned Kirigakure into a force to be reckoned with. In this world, Yagura's actions were completely different and made no sense at all. Most shinobi weren't complete idiots, or so Naruto hoped. They weren't in his timeline, but it was hard to tell in this particular one. Maybe he'd pay Haku a visit once she got near Kiri. It was why he had given her a scroll containing a Horatian seal. Chapter 3, Pedophile Hickeys. Naruto was walking along to the academy, where the Chunin exam would take place. Their sensei had, for some unbelievable reason, given his team the forms on the date of the exam. It was like Kakashi was trying to force them to participate, which left Naruto feeling cheated. The damn fool hadn't even taught them anything but tree walking, and Naruto had mastered that when he was 5. Well, in his old world he had. This world just seemed to be pathetic. Damned Cyclops ninja. The blonde heard some shouts and walked ahead, seeing some dude in a kabuki suit holding up the Hokage's grandson and threatening him. You know, Naruto said, surprising everyone with his presence, threatening the Hokage's grandson could possibly lead to war between the Hidden Leaf and the Hidden Sand. The kabuki dude with makeup wisely dropped Konohamaru. Besides, we're much better than you fools. How are you still part of 5 great hidden villages? The kabuki dude growled. I'll get you for insulting my home. Kurasa will deal with you nicely. The blonde girl behind him scolded him for his rashness, and Naruto wondered where the hell the ANBU were. Seriously, what the hell? Threatening the Hokage's grandson wasn't considered serious? Naruto then noticed Sasuke pop up in a nearby tree. He also noticed the sand girl slightly blush at his presence. Good God, not another fangirl. Please, not another fangirl. Then Naruto noticed something interesting, namely Gaara, which translates to oh look, another Jinchuriki, only this one's insane. Sasuke's eyes widened at Gaara sneaking up on him. The Sand Jinchuriki did the whole shut up or I'll kill you thing, a catchphrase which was totally stolen by the 5th Mizukage. As Gaara jumped down, Naruto looked him over closely. Then he said something that caused all 3 Sand Genin to stop in their tracks as they turned to leave. Yes, he said it before Sasuke asked for Gaara's name. The kabuki guy is wearing makeup, the fangirl is quite possibly a fangirl, and Gaara, was it? Yeah, Gaara is spewing out killing intent like it's going out of fashion. People would stop going on guard if you turned it off, dumbass. Interestingly enough, Kankuro's face went from angry to ashen, as did Temari's. Gaara merely turned to him. What is your name? Naruto Uzumaki, the best ninja ever. And don't even laugh at me since it's true. I could beat everyone here without breaking a sweat. I am Gaara of the Sand. My siblings are Kankuro and Temari. I will enjoy killing you, Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah? Tell Shikaka that she, or whatever gender it chooses, can kiss my ass. This had Kankuro and Temari gape at the blonde. Naruto gave them all a charming smile and walked ahead, inviting Sasuke and Sakura to follow, who were both also gaping at the blonde boy. He's insane. I know. That was the point. Then they reached the Chunin exam room. You know, the place that had a genjutsu over it. Yep, Sasuke decided to spill the secret to everyone. Are you an idiot? What are you talking about, dope? You fucking realize that every half-ass team is going to be admitted to the first part of the exam now, right? Sasuke stared at him for a few moments before swearing loudly. Satisfied, Naruto went forward to move through the dumb Chunin guarding the door when Lee popped up, confessed how attractive Sakura was, and asked Sasuke to challenge him. Sasuke lost. Naruto laughed and said, I told you so, dumbass. After some shenanigans, Team 7 entered the first exam area with Kakashi's blessing. Naruto scanned the crowd of genin and groaned. What the fuck? These are genin? Good god, all of you look like shit. I could fucking beat everyone here without even trying. Shut up, Naruto baka. Sakura hissed. People are glaring at us. Yeah? Is that a challenge? If anyone wants to get their ass kicked, I'll deliver the boot. That was horrible. Naruto paused for a moment, looking at everyone. God damn, there isn't even anyone attractive in here. Come on, aren't the Chunin exams supposed to have a diversity of people? It feels like a damned sausage fest. Kiba burst out laughing. Ino glomped on Sasuke, Sakura got pissed off at her, and then Kabuto confronted them, telling the rookie 9, or 12, how they should calm down. They were rookies and people were pissed off at them for no conceivable reason except for the fact that their pride was wounded. You're a ninja, who cares about pride? Naruto nearly snarled. Kabuto was incredibly annoying. The man was a fucking insect. He never died no matter how much you threw at him. He always came scuttling back with something new to annoy you with. He was tempted to remove Kabuto now, but he had to find out what his plan was. Anyway, Kabuto showed these cards off and some stupid explanation about how failing the Chunin exam 6 times in his life somehow gave him information on this year's participants. He was charming and had an easygoing personality, letting many people lower their guard immediately. Naruto was not most people, but when Kiba asked for info on him, he drew the line. Naruto accidentally had Kabuto lose the card. How? He snatched it from Kabuto's hand and tore it up. Too slow, bastard. Then Kabuto made a quirk-about sound, which caused the sound nin to rush him. Ibiki then appeared, deciding to take the reins and start the exam. Naruto looked around. Hinata was next to him, and some other people were gripping their test in shock. He supposed that, to genin and some Chunin, the test would be ridiculously difficult, but not him. What made him confused was the fact that the exam had a paper test. Seriously? If genin and Chunin weren't liable to know this, he thought. I was wondering when you'd get it. Oh, Naruto added bullshit to his answers and then drew a gigantic on the back of the test. Naruto thought that if he was stuck in an immature body, he had permission to act immature. Not that he didn't already. Personally, he, and probably Kurama, wanted the body to hurry up and grow so he could stop looking like such a brat. That and another, more physical reason. Teams blah blah and blah you fail. That wording kept popping up as more and more teams were eliminated. Finally, time ran out. Are you ready for the 10th question? Ibiki asked. Then he did his little speech, causing people to shout in outrage. Naruto took a quick look around and saw that several people were about to out. Wimps. Good God, is that the best you can do? Naruto said. The Chunin exams are exercises in politics, dumbass. Attempting to strike past the restrictions set forth by the other nations would result in war. You can't keep a genin of another nation a genin. It's not possible. Even then, if you could, they could probably get promoted on the field. Man the hell up, you wusses. Ibiki glared at him. You want to push the issue, punk? Yes? Yeah, I think I do, Scarface. After a few tense moments, Ibiki smirked at him. Kid, you've got a pair down there. As for the question, everyone passes. Everyone stared. So Naruto took it upon himself to explain the situation with a gratuitous amount of swearing. Then Anko popped in. She was about to make her introduction, but Naruto beat her to the punch. Well, kind of. Thank God, a woman with a body. Anko turned to the blonde. Ibiki, who's this brat? Ibiki shuffled through some papers before responding, Naruto Uzumaki. Then she threw a kunai at his cheek. No normal genin would be able to catch it, but Naruto snatched it out of the air, twirling it by its ring. Nice try, trench coat. I'm a step above these genin, Anko smirked. I like you, brat. You get a front row seat. Follow me, to training field 44. I don't care if that doesn't rhyme. She grabbed Naruto and vanished in a body flicker. Sasuke and Sakura stared. They had been doing that fairly often lately. Everyone had, actually. At the Forest of Death, Anko explained the second exam. Yup. This is the combat portion of the exam. Have fun, but you need to sign these waivers so I don't get flack for any one of you being killed. Killed? Sakura stuttered. Yeah, Pinky. You can get killed. You're a kunoichi, grow up. Sakura appeared flustered, but quieted down. Anko handed the waivers out, got the signatures, and then handed out the scrolls. Each team went to their own special gate and waited until Anko screamed sexy time with Naruchan to start. Once Team 7 ran through the gate, Sakura turned to Naruto and asked, "Did she really just say that? God, I hope not. I tend to last much longer than that." Sakura's face turned beet red. Naruto smirked but held out a hand. "Hang on, I'm going to take a piss." Sakura growled at his crude language, but did no more as he went out of sight. Once he was out of sight, he finished his business. A rain genin attacked him, or tried to, right after. Sasuke and Sakura both flinched at the loud, womanly scream that pierced the still air. Naruto came out from the brush, swinging a kunai by its ring while whistling casually. "What?" "Someone tried to attack me, so I removed them." Sasuke shrugged, but Sakura gulped. "Is the genin alright? I hope not, else he'd be a freak. I don't think people recover from having their chest cavity removed." Sakura appeared green after he said that, but Naruto snickered. Then they all kept moving onward and leapt onto a tree to do so. A great wind then threatened to tear Naruto apart from his team, but he split the winds in half. A sickeningly familiar chuckle floated to his ears. Sasuke and Sakura tensed, preparing to fight whoever came to them. Naruto frowned. Akatsuki? Here? He didn't really want to reveal his powers, but Orochimaru was incredibly annoying to kill. Fucking snake regeneration bullshit. Fucking Edo Tensei reanimation, and Naruto thought he was overpowered. Anyway, might as well try his luck. Kukukumai, you must be more skilled than I thought to avoid my jutsu. Maybe my snake will enjoy chewing on you. Orochimaru summoned a giant snake and with his killing intent, caused Sasuke and Sakura to become paralyzed. Snakes can't chew, Orochimaru. Anyone could tell it was Orochimaru. Creepy giggling and all. Snakes, etc. He just didn't have that incredibly tacky Akatsuki coat, which meant he wasn't in Akatsuki. Nagato was really anal about that kind of thing. "Why are you here?" Kukuku insects need to learn their place. He sent the snake at Naruto while he dealt with Sasuke and Sakura. Naruto frowned as the giant snake approached, hissing angrily. Channeling chakra to his legs, Naruto jumped way above the thing, surprising it. Then he thrust his hands forward in a knife strike, sending out an incredibly powerful blade of wind that cut the snake's face into thirds. When Naruto turned back to Orochimaru, Sasuke was fighting him. And losing. Badly too. That's to be expected though. S-rank versus random genin? Yep. Sasuke spit out fireballs that had shuriken hidden within them, along with ninja wire. Orochimaru was caught, but when the rest of the flames hit him, he turned into a mud clone. When Orochimaru re-emerged, he was somewhat surprised to see the blonde genin appear in front of him, and began jabbing. Jabbing wouldn't be the term for it though. It was more like rapid-fire punches capable of shattering tree bark. Orochimaru was stunned to see the genin attacking so fast. Despite Orochimaru's ranking, he was actually unable to strike back. What was worse was that the genin was picking up speed. His punches were becoming faster. Eventually, one attack did clip him, but Orochimaru performed a CLS body replacement. The log's explosion engulfed Naruto, but Orochimaru was again surprised at the unharmed blonde, who had an irritated expression on his face. "Taijutsu isn't that fun against you. Can you piss off, or is there something you want?" Orochimaru stepped towards Sasuke, bit him on the neck, and started laughing. "I simply want to let you know that Sasuke-kun will come to me for power." Then he melted into the tree. Naruto wasn't fast enough to stop him. Fucking S-class missing mean in a Chunin exam. Just my luck. No one remembered Naruto's attacks against the snake. It's a plot hole, so deal with it. Sakura was examining Sasuke, who was now screaming. Loudly too. Naruto walked over to him, his eyes going over the mark on Sasuke's neck. "Stop being a cunt, you fool. You got a hickey from an old man, I get it. It's weird, creepy, and gives you strange desires." Silence. "Well, it gives him strange desires. Come on, you have to bash Sasuke and the cursed hickey at least once per story." Naruto picked the now unconscious Sasuke and then dragged him to some cave while Sakura set up traps. When she returned, she noticed that there was the word FUCK written on Sasuke's face. "Naruto, this is no time for games," she whispered. Naruto shrugged. There were always times for games. "Why do you think procrastinating is so much fun?" Then, twangs and curses were heard. Guess what happens next? Naruto and Sakura ran outside to see what was going on. The sound ninja known as Zaku, go look up a picture, I'm not thoroughly describing that idiot, walked up and said, "We're here for the Uchiha." "You can't have him!" Sakura screamed. "Too bad. You can't stop me, you pathetic leaf ninja." As Zaku said this, his teammates, who will not be described either, Dosa and Kin, dropped down. "Well, maybe that girl could stop me," Naruto muttered. He snickered as Sakura gave him an incredulous look. "You know, let's make this shameless flirting of yours a game." "Oh? Try me." Everyone in the clearing gave Naruto an odd look since he was apparently talking to himself. Team 10 was watching the ordeal from a hiding spot. "Shika, we've got to help them. Forehead and Naruto are in trouble." "Troublesome. I know, right? Come on." Team 10 ran in, using Chuji's rolling tank move to help clear them away. When they were split up, Rock Lee sounds better, came in and tried to use his Shadow of the Dancing Leaf and Front Lotus on Dosu, but Zaku stopped that. Sakura was being held by Kin after Ino had stopped using her mind-body switch jutsu. How many women can you charm? Not jealous, are you? Not really, no. In fact, I'm wondering which ones you can actually get. How many? Not a ridiculous amount, because that makes no sense. If we're stuck in this world, you can give me a show and enjoy yourself, alright? You have a deal. This is probably very degrading to women, but our society is sexist. Suddenly Naruto moved. He moved fast. To everyone's eyes, he vanished. 3 things happened right after. 1. Zaku was sent flying. 2. Dosu was sent flying. 3. Sakura cut her hair to escape Kin, and Kin emitted a loud, ladylike shriek. What the hell touched me? Kin's body squirmed. Her face was an unnatural red. Dosu and Zaku groaned before rising. Then Sasuke appeared, covered in tattoos and a nasty-looking, purple aura. Not like the cool purple aura, but the nasty purple aura. He ran over to Zaku and broke his arms. That was totally uncalled for. Sakura hugged him, causing the purple aura to vanish. Ino prepped Sakura's hair, telling her that the hug was an excuse to get close to Sasuke. The sound had left a while ago, but left their scroll behind. Hey guys, look! It's a scroll we need. Let's get out of here. Team 10 left to get their own scroll, as did Team Guy. Sasuke and Sakura fell into step behind Naruto as they all headed towards the tower in the middle of the forest. Welcome to the next stage of the Chunin exams. We will be having preliminaries blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Any questions? What if we just got here? Chuji asked, feeling somewhat hungry. That's your fault, brat. Work harder next time. Anko laughed at his downtrodden face. Anyway, this one dude whose name I forgot, Hate, is going to take over the exams. Hate popped up, did his own introduction, and then the preliminaries started. Everyone took a spot in the balcony after the Hokage did another little speech. Oh yeah, Kabuto left because of his injuries. Naruto sent out a shadow clone to tail him. Yes, we know what Kabuto is up to, but Naruto doesn't. The first fight was Sasuke Uchiha against Yoroi. Sasuke couldn't use his Sharingan due to Curse Seal shenanigans, nor could he use Jutsu, but he used Lee's Taijutsu move to lead into his newly named Lion combo. Win for Sasuke. Lee wanted to sue him for copyright infringement, but that's not very youthful. Next matchup was Shino against Zaku. Zaku ended up losing and had his arms blown off by Shino's bugs. Oh right, he plugged up the holes in his palms. That doesn't even make sense. How did he not notice bugs crawling around in his arms? That's kind of disgusting. That was Naruto's opinion for that match. Then it was Kankuro versus Misumi. It turned out that Kankuro's body was a puppet that then poisoned and incapacitated Misumi. Maybe killed, who knows. Naruto's opinion was yelled very loudly, holy shit. He even puts makeup on dolls. Man the fuck up. Kankuro screamed in anger at him, but the proctor restored order in order to move on to the next match. Sakura Haruno faced off against Ino Yamanaka next. Their battle was mostly psychological maybe? Naruto wondered if fighting a battle of wills within your mind due to a jutsu was physical or psychological. The battle was very disappointing. Yeah, that was very disappointing. What the hell have you two been doing? Sakura, Kakashi said that you were good at genjutsu. Ino is a clan freaking heir. That was pathetic. Like you could do any better, Naruto baka. I believe I said this before, but this entire room doesn't look difficult. At all, really? The proctor re-established order. Kakashi returned from sealing Sasuke's curse seal up, but that wasn't mentioned. The following match was Tenten against Temari. While Tenten was chucking weapons everywhere and Temari was blowing them away, Naruto turned to Sakura and said, "This is how kunoichi fight. All you and Ino did was bitch slap each other." Temari won and hurt Tenten fairly badly. Shikamaru faced off against Kin next. As Kin passed Naruto, he smirked at her, causing her face to heat up. "So, did you enjoy that feeling?" he whispered as she passed. He took great amusement in watching her blush deepen. To tease young kunoichi who weren't aware of their emotions and bodies. It was fun, but Naruto wondered where the seduction classes were. They existed to remove that handicap from kunoichi. It seemed as if Sound didn't even train their kunoichi adequately. Anyway, Shikamaru ended up defeating Kin. The next match is Kiba Inuzuka against Naruto Uzumaki. Ha! We've got this one in the bag, Akamaru. Arf arf. Naruto scoffed, and walked down the stairs as opposed to Kiba jumping off the ledge. The proctor started the match and backed away from the genin. "Come on, dead last. You should just forfeit now. I'm totally going to beat you." Naruto snorted and beat his chest. "Come at me, shinobi!" Kiba growled and rushed forward, intent on slashing Naruto's face while Akamaru circled warily. Kurenai expected an easy win for Kiba. Naruto was the dead last. He sucked, plain and simple. That's why her jaw dropped when Naruto's arm blurred forward, grabbing Kiba's outstretched hand from the air. He lifted him up and over his shoulder, slamming the Inuzuka into the ground. Akamaru tried to bite Naruto, but a clone materialized in front of the dog, grabbing it by its legs and holding it up. The dog was dangling and yapping and making all sorts of annoying noise. The clone looked pretty irritated. Hey boss. Yes, minion? Can I shut this thing up? No, minion. Why not? We're not animal killers. That's the worst crime of them all. The clone snorted, still holding the puppy up. A couple people were bewildered at the interaction between clone and master. Or boss. Whatever, Kiba groaned. Why, you bastard, do you forfeit? I have your partner in my hands and you're in no shape to continue. Naruto pulled out a kunai to emphasize his point. Kiba forfeited and was taken away. People were amazed. Such speed. Such precision. Such a boring, quick match. It's a Kage-level shinobi, probably beyond, against a genin. What the hell do you expect? Naruto didn't want to add to Kiba's ego and drag the battle on. Kakashi's surprise was evident though. Naruto, where did you get that speed? Naruto shrugged. I trained. The next match was Neji and Hinata. Hinata was afraid and about to forfeit when Naruto interjected, like he was going to do for every match in the preliminaries. Maybe the finals too. Shut the fuck up and leave your bullshit out of the exam. I came here to see people fight, not to see you spill your problems. Stop making this personal, you stupid fool, Neji seethed. Hinata got a second wind. Hinata fought valiantly. Hinata lost. Neji tried to kill her. Naruto snorted and muttered something about poor sportsmanship. Oh well, then it was Gaara against Rock Lee. Naruto already knew about Gaara's abilities, but he didn't know anything about Lee's. Super gates open. The blonde thought that was impressive. A genin, being able to open the 8 gates? Too bad Lee seemed to be an idiot. Even with all of that speed, he never noticed Gaara swapping with a clone. You have motherfucking speed. You should know what's going on. Anyway, Lee was out of it since Gaara squashed his arm and leg. Well, he would have, but he only broke them. Nothing serious. Naruto made sure of that with a subtly cast jutsu that temporarily halted control of Gaara's sand. Dosu and Shuji can be overlooked. That battle becomes completely irrelevant. It really does. Dosu is going to end up dying and Shuji doesn't really do anything. Oh well, here are the finals. Naruto Uzumaki vs Neji Hyuga. Naruto zoned out for the rest of the names. They weren't really important to him. Orochimaru was sniffing about, so he was sure to have some kind of overarching, complicated plan that was only centered on one thing. Chapter 4. Oops. Naruto was bored. His sensei had stuffed him with some weird-ass closet pervert who tried to teach him water walking. Naruto laughed in his face and was about to leave when the guy tried to attack some other dude spying on the women in the hot springs. Or bath. Whatever it is, Naruto was seriously doubting the capabilities of the Hidden Leaf's ninja, yet again, if they couldn't tell who their best ninja were. You could spot Jiraiya through anything. The big mane of white hair and the weird-ass behavior kind of alerted you to his identity. Anyway, Jiraiya summoned a toad. Toad removed Ebisu from the area. Jiraiya went back to peeking. Naruto went up behind him and muttered, "Damn, you do this in public?" There are perfectly good magazines sold in adult shops. That had the intended effect of Jiraiya falling off his toad. He turned to face Naruto and went off about how the real thing is much better than the printed thing. Oh, I agree. I'm just saying. Besides, you need to train me. You just knocked my sensei out, anyway. Why should I train a brat like you? Jiraiya had a smug smirk on his face. Naruto could say some very hidden stuff, but he wasn't completely sure if Jiraiya was his godfather here. Given how Naruto looked, he was sure he was the child of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, like he had been in his timeline. I could always flare my chakra and make every female within 50 miles get here. You wouldn't, Jiraiya said with a pained face. Oh look, Naruto said, Anko's in there. Might as well start shouting now, Alright. I'll train you. Stupid brat. Naruto grinned as Jiraiya muttered to himself. Alright, I'm going to have you sign the Toad contract. It's pretty versatile and since you seem to have large chakra reserves, it'll work best for you. Why not? Jiraiya gave him the massive scroll and he signed it. As soon as he did so, he was reverse summoned to the Toad Mountain place. Mount Mayaboku or whatever. Jiraiya was staring at the place he was standing at. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Good thing Jiraiya was reverse summoned a few moments later, right? Empty Mayaboku. Why was he summoned to this place? Naruto didn't think he was supposed to be here yet. Apparently, either did Jiraiya, if the confused expression on his face was anything to note. Yo, old man, Naruto said, why the hell am I here? No summoning toads for me? Quiet, brat. We're in empty Mayaboku, honored home of the toads. You're lucky to even be here. Fuck off, I bet you hate it here since there's no women. Naruto was frowning and tapping his foot impatiently. That left Jiraiya wondering who the hell raised his godson. He had a colorful vocabulary. Maybe he'd be open to the ways of the super pervert. Ah, Jiraiya-chan, an elderly voice said, I see you don't know why you're here. Well, you and the boy might want to follow us back to the Great Toad Sage. Jiraiya's jaw dropped. What? Already? What the hell? This really wasn't going anywhere he wanted it to. Naruto was just supposed to sign the contract and attempt to summon toads. Hey, who's this? Naruto knew who it was, but he had to keep up his facade. I'm going to assume you already know, Naruto boy. Or should I say, Naruto Namikaze, Fukasaku said, much to Jiraiya's and Naruto's shock. His face was very serious. Yes, there's some seriousness here. What? Fukasaku-sama, what are you talking about? He shouldn't. Shima, another elderly toad, suddenly appeared. Hurry now. We can discuss the details in a bit. The Great Toad Sage is insistent, so they all went to where the Great Toad Sage was. The guy was wide awake and staring down at Naruto with an odd intensity. Then he spoke, his voice rasping due to its age. Jiraiya, the new summoner is not who the village believes he is. Hey! You old fool! Of course I'm who the village thinks I am. Naruto shouted petulantly. Hey! Brat, don't speak to the Great Toad Sage like that. Bite me, pervert. Actually, don't. That's creepy. Naruto shuddered. I'd bite you, Kurama interjected. Not right now, Foxy-chan. Jiraiya palmed his face and groaned. Minato was never a handful like this. Minato listened, was patient, and was quiet. His son was anything but. Damn Kushina's genes. Damn them to hell. I would like to inquire about the specifics of your existence, the big toad said. After all, being a sage requires extensive training and we can tell you have not signed any summoning contracts, aside from ours. Jiraiya frowned. The great toad dude was saying that Naruto was a sage? He'd have to have gone senile. Naruto's mouth contorted into a thin line. Are you seriously asking me? I woke up during the day of the academy graduation exam and I had been letting nature run its course. So many things are different, not to mention pathetically pathetic. Yes, I fucking said it. Pathetically pathetic. I fought a goddamn sound ninja and they had no seduction training. At all. Same with our kunoichi. They're all idiots. Okay, now Jiraiya was really confused. Hang on. What is going on? Fukasaku and Shima turned to Naruto. The blonde sighed. Damn toads. Of course this would happen. Now he had to go around and tell everyone he was an overpowered fool with a bloodline. Oh boy. Maybe he'd desert and go infiltrating hidden villages. Might as well cause some chaos and destruction. Fine. I'm from an alternate timeline where a lot of things are different. I saved the world, I achieved peace, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I also have a bunch of jutsu, a bloodline, and complete synchronization with the Nine Tails. Jiraiya's jaw dropped. What the hell? Seriously? That's such bullshit. Oh, come on. I keep saying I'm from an alternate timeline but no one believes me. No one ever believes me because it sounds so damn stupid. You're right, it sounds stupid, brat. Who in their right mind would believe that? Jiraiya was crossing his arms and glaring at his godson. What, you want proof? Naruto responded. Hell yeah I do, Naruto smirked. He turned to Jiraiya and closed his eyes for a moment. When he opened them, Jiraiya was gaping. Again. Sage mode go. Bar pupils for the win. Naruto also stretched his arms out and created a Rasengan in each hand. Best technique ever, fools. It even looks cool. It defeats everyone. Everyone. It sometimes caused him to question the skills of the people who he defeated it with because it was a close-range jutsu. A powerful one, but it was still hilarious to watch people get hit by it. Idiots. All right, Jiraiya conceded. That's impressive, even if you're from the future. Different future, pervy sage. You took over as Hokage and used some jutsu to keep your spy network secure. I took the hat? What the hell happened to the geezer? Pfft, him taking the hat? Yeah, right. He'd used the crystal ball to spy on all of the kunoichi. Yes, he did that in Naruto's era too. Why the hell not? Best opportunity ever. He re-retired. Took reign for 5 years after my old man died. Then you took over after. So who was watching over you? Jiraiya asked. Not you, pervy sage. Seriously, I never even sensed you in the damn village in this timeline either. Where the hell were you? Not even Tsunade was here. Jiraiya rolled his eyes, deciding to take responsibility for his actions. Believe it or not, brat, but I was busy. Spy network, remember? The geezer seemed to have things all right down here. Plus, you don't even know most of the old Naruto's life. Fine. You still should have been here. Apparently, from what I could tell, this Naruto was lonely as hell. The only ones who associated with them were Iruka, Yumino, and the third. Anyway, what happened to Tsunade? She left the village or something? Yeah. Left after her brother and lover died during the wars. She couldn't take the strain and left, Jiraiya explained. He watched as his godson began to shake. Then he exploded, growling and gnashing his teeth. It was actually pretty funny. Well, it would have been, had not 9 tails of pure chakra erupted from his tailbone. Jiraiya watched in fascination as Naruto ranted about idiot kunoichi, and how no one knows how to be a ninja while the tails swished and swirled. Or bubbled. Finally, he calmed down and the tails receded. Huh. I feel better now. Sorry, toad guys. That is fine, boy, the sage said. Do you know that the shinobi world will undergo calamitous events in the near future? Let me take a crack at it. 3-year trip around the nations and then Akatsuki is going to pop up. Akatsuki doesn't exist in this timeline though, right? Silence. Right. Holy shit, Akatsuki exists in this timeline? Jiraiya's face was grim. Yep. And they're looking for Biju. Did that happen in your world too? Yep. They nearly succeeded too. Kyuubi and I beat their asses to the ground though. That's nice to hear, brat. They're not very active right now, but I'm assuming they'll start hunting soon. It's also the reason why I'm taking you on a training trip. Naruto rolled his eyes. Let me guess, for my protection, right? And for my spy network, Jiraiya added. But now it's just for your spy network, right? Well, I'm thinking about crashing at various towns. A perverted giggle escaped Jiraiya's mouth. Naruto would recognize that anywhere. I like the way you're thinking, pervy sage. I am totally going to turn you over to the perverted dark side. Naruto snorted. Yeah? I'm looking for kunoichi. Regular civilians don't last long at all. That, and if I end up stuck here, I'm rebuilding the village hidden by the whirlpools. You know, that's going to be damn near impossible. Most of their shit is booby-trapped with seals not even I can remove, Jiraiya said. It's a good thing that I know how every single one of those seals work then, right? Jiraiya raised an eyebrow. Seal master too, brat? You know what you're doing? Hell yeah, I know what I'm doing. I was practically raised over there. It's only right that I resurrect it. That, and he'd take Kurama's game to a whole other level. No clan restoration act needed, not that it existed in the first place. Yes, it's a ninja world, but sometimes it goes too far. Good old objectifying women. That works too, don't whine, we live in a sexist world. Okay, back to reality. Or ninja liddy. Are we done here, Great Toad Sage? The sage nodded and dismissed them. When they both reappeared in the area where Naruto had met Jiraiya, the old pervert grabbed Naruto's arm. We're telling the Hokage. There is no way he's not learning this. So, Jiraiya-kun, you're telling me that this Naruto here is a Naruto from an alternate timeline that has saved his own era. Jiraiya nodded. The Hokage sighed and looked at the unassuming blonde in front of him. He looked ordinary, if not flashy, but nothing about him proved anything Jiraiya had said. Had his perverted student finally gone batshit crazy from being beaten up by angry kunoichi too often? I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, but I can't find it in me to believe you. It just seems, yeah, I realize that, old man. Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze were my parents here too, right? A pause. Wait, what? Who the hell? Jiraiya, I hope you did not tell him of his parents prematurely. The third gave the perverted sage a warning glare. Hell no, sensei. The toads even confirmed it. He's a sage with complete dominion over the Kyuubi. Naruto knew that the Hokage wouldn't believe him, so he began to draw in nature energy. The Hokage's mouth dropped. Fuck yes, bar pupils win over everything. Then Naruto generated a Rasengan in each hand. That probably wouldn't be good enough proof, so Naruto backed up and turned them into Rasen Shuriken. Oh, now that look was priceless. Naruto let the attack dissipate and waited for the old man to speak. Seeing old Hiruzen Sarutobi, the god of shinobi mouth, what the flying fuck made Naruto's day. Hell, it made his week, month, and year. I can also use the flying thunder god technique. Oh right. I can do this too. Naruto crystallized the moisture in the air and made them fly around. I know this is going to drive me crazy, Hiruzen said. How the hell did this happen, Naruto? Where is our Naruto? No idea, old man. I woke up on the graduation exam day thing. Hell, I was looking to start a family and now I'm a kid again. That freaking hurts. Jiraiya gave the boy a sympathetic look. Alright, brat. I think we've established you're not the old Naruto. Now then, tell him everything else. Naruto cleared his throat. Alright. Orochimaru's planning an invasion, Naruto said simply. That is a heavy claim, Naruto-kun. Do you have any evidence? I tailed Kabuto. You know, that mediocre genin? He's a spy. He's also probably an elite jonin. But, Orochimaru is going to try and kill you. I can send clones to fuck with his plans, but I don't see why you don't just stop the Chunin exams. Why not? What was Orochimaru going to do, not ambush the Hokage? We still need the money, Naruto-kun. The leaf is still recovering from the Kyuubi attack. I don't even get the Kyuubi attack. Hell, in my timeline it didn't even do anything. It was captured and sealed into me when we got word that the hidden cloud had 2 Jinchuriki that could control their demons. Tailed beasts don't usually care for human settlements. A partial lie, that's the thing. Your mother was the previous Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. I take it you read the story on Madara Uchiha controlling it? Hiruzen asked. Yep. He never did that in my timeline. Well, he tried, but failed, and then the first killed him. Well, we think that someone messed with Kushina's seal, especially since Minato was a seal master. Anyway, back on topic. I can think about this later. Let me come with you when you confront the snake. I can at least stop him from using any bullshit jutsu, Naruto said. How? You have I can't really say match since you're likely stronger than any genin out there. I can create very durable clones, old man. I'll just send them out on patrols. A clone will fight Niji and kick his ass, possibly removing that stick up there in the process. Jiraiya laughed at this, shaking his head in amusement. Hilarious, brat. Your clones will be helping me. The hidden leaf has a lot of civilians running around. How will you confront Orochimaru without him finding out who you are? I doubt you want random sound shinobi trying to kill you every other day. I might want random sound kunoichi trying to kill me every day, but I'm not one to take stuff like that by force. I fucking resent shit like that, even if the QB keeps bothering me about it. Just give me a mask and an ANBU cloak, the blonde said in a perfectly serious voice. Hiruzen nodded. Done. Now then, this is how we'll prepare for the invasion. And so they prepared for the invasion. Obviously. Chunin exam dome thingy. Niji watched Naruto from a distance. You should just forfeit. Fate is a guy. He never finished his sentence. Naruto blurred forward, punched him in the jaw, and sent him flying. Shut your face. For God's sake, enough about fate. You're a ninja, not a philosopher. Stop whining about things that were incredibly stupid in the first place. Niji rose up and growled. Are you saying my father's death was stupid? He sacrificed himself for the sake of peace. For everyone, he sacrificed himself in place of the main branch. Then he's a goddamned hero, moron. Get that through your head. You should be proud that your father is a hero, not angry. Although I might have a bone to pick with Cloud because that was the most harebrained, idiotic scheme I've heard in my life and I've read through a lot of silly things. Jiraiya sneezed from his place on the stands. Brat, my books are amazing, Naruto shrugged. It doesn't matter though. I'm going to show you that a talentless prodigy can defeat you. I got to where I am through painful, hard work. Fate can kiss my ass. Naruto ran through some one-handed seals for the purpose of being flashy and then intoned, Ice Release, Wicked Maelstrom. Sakura gasped. Holy shit, Naruto could use Ice Release like Haku? Were they relatives? The other Leaf Genin, and practically everyone else, was shocked to see that Naruto had a bloodline limit. A random orphan, or demon brat, in some cases, had such valuable genetic material? As soon as Naruto said the words, the air became unbearably cold. Razor-sharp shards of ice formed from the moisture in the air and began to surround the arena. With as much chakra as Naruto had, he could keep the jutsu up nearly indefinitely. The shards started to speed up and move around Niji, creating a miniature blizzard. Niji managed to stop the first barrage using his Kaiten or revolving heavenly sphere thing, but he couldn't stop them all. In the end, the Hyuga prodigy was on the floor, bleeding from cuts all over his body. How? How can a no one and dead last like you have a bloodline? How could you defeat me? Everybody knows where this goes. Naruto says it a million times. With Naruto determined as the winner, he took his spot back up, with his genin comrades giving him disbelieving looks. Meh, let them believe what they want. Sasuke was late, Kankuro forfeited, Sasuke was still late, and Shikamaru's match took 3 hours. Naruto wondered if the Hokage had electrical TVs or something up in his stand. How could anyone see the matches from where they were? Genin were tiny most of the time and the dome was huge. Ninja magic solves everything. Super eyes or channeling chakra to their eyes solves everything too, Kurama said. What about the nobles? Noble magic? Fuck if I know. Sasuke finally appeared in an extremely flashy entrance with leaves and everything. Unfortunately, there were a few Uchiha-samas. Sasuke fought Gaara. Sasuke wounds Gaara with 1000 birds, not an assassination technique. Invasion starts. The Naruto clone smirked. It built up the chakra it had left and dispelled itself, sending off a pulse that removed the genjutsu over everyone and disrupted delicate techniques for several miles out. The real Naruto was wearing a monkey mask and entered a battle against Orochimaru. He and the Hokage were facing off against Snake Guy. Naruto noticed the sound force set up a barrier. He could probably crack it if he tried hard enough, but that wasn't the deal here. Orochimaru was the deal. The Snake Guy made a speech, boasted about his new soul transfer jutsu, and tried to kill Naruto. He failed. Naruto pulled a body replacement out of nowhere. Where the hell did you get the log from? Orochimaru asked. Where had the log come from? I have no idea. I just did the technique and a log appeared, Naruto responded. Monkey, get ready! Hiruzen yelled. He was dressed in battle armor and a kabuto helmet. He summoned Enma the Monkey King, who made a remark about how it was finally time to kill Orochimaru. Then Orochimaru summoned the previous Hokage. Hiruzen removed the first using his magic seal hand thing and Naruto removed the second. The fourth crumbled to dust as his soul was already sealed from using the all-consuming seal of the death god. I think that's what it's called. Orochimaru showed a pained smirk before stretching his neck forward. A snake shot out and opened its jaw, which then released his sword of doom. Never mind how the sword is extendable at will and made out of straight steel, or ninja steel, the snake was still curving about. So was Orochimaru. Hiruzen and Naruto evaded the attack. Hiruzen went through some seals and Naruto clapped his hands together. A large stream of fire was bolstered by the intense winds spewed from Naruto's mouth, causing a giant firestorm, which was odd, because Naruto had a mask on. It probably came from the front of the mask. The fire cleared quickly and Orochimaru was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, a tile transformed into Orochimaru, but it was hit by Enma in monkey staff form. The body exploded into mud. Naruto's senses went haywire, and he leaned sharply back to avoid Orochimaru's sword. Since the guy was still close by, Naruto punched him in the stomach. The man was sent flying by a kin of sage mode whoopass. Orochimaru quickly righted himself. This was not going well. This monkey ANBU was far more skilled than he thought. He also hit like a freaking truck. A pause. What the hell is a truck? Orochimaru went through his own seals and caused giant, spiky spires of rock to erupt from the ground. It clipped Naruto, but the third evaded them all. When Naruto landed, he rubbed his side before bringing his hand down in a chopping motion. A literal wave of electricity was sent at Orochimaru, who jumped into the air to evade it. Hiruzen extended his monkey staff and swung at his former student, sending him flying down to the ground. Orochimaru was able to land on his feet, but the monkey NBU appeared in his face with a light blue bubble in his hand. Once again, the snake guy managed to evade whatever technique Naruto had used, and that was probably fortunate. The bubble was launched into the side of the barrier, and its distinct pop led to a cluster of explosions that forcefully spewed water around the area. This was getting annoying. There was very little room to summon without straining his guards, and the Hokage and monkey ANBU worked too well together. Orochimaru was prideful and arrogant, but he was also cautious. How the hell do you think he was able to evade being captured as a pedophile for so long? Then again, ninja are supposed to be able to be stealth, even though Naruto cursed his old self for wearing orange tracksuits. What the hell, alternate dude? So the snake guy decided to err on the side of caution and live to fight another day. He and his guards quickly made their way out of the area. Orochimaru did note, though, with some satisfaction, that there was still much damage done to the hidden leaf. His thoughts were, take that, assholes. Meanwhile, as Gaara was about to unleash the beast, pillars of wood appeared and tightened around him. Shikaku swore to himself and shied away from the magical, Biju suppressing wood. Huh, that was easy. Oh, Monkey-kun? Do you not see the damage? What's that, old man? It's time to go to sleep and stop working? Hiruzen sighed as Enma dismissed himself. Just take off the damn mask and unhinge yourself. You and that technique, I swear. It's so damn useful, but it's so damn creepy at the same time. How the hell do you feel when you turn into a girl? Naruto flinched. Don't remind me. It's not my fault my inner demon is a fox and just so happens to conveniently give me actual transformations. It's not a plot device, I swear. Well, he can't really use genjutsu. Isn't that the whole idea? Naruto can't use the regular old clone technique, which are illusions and therefore genjutsu. So, when he actually transforms, it's an actual transformation. True or no? Probably not, but it's cool to speculate. The Hokage grunted as real ANBU appeared. Alright, time for damage control. And possibly, for a convening of the council. The council? You mean those 3 advisors that are super conservative and are portrayed in a negative fashion most of the time? Naruto asked. No, I mean the council full of clan heads and random civilians that have a bone to pick with you, Hiruzen replied. And yes, I'm serious. Can't have a fanfic without council bashing, can we? Holy shit, he broke the 4th wall. I thought only we could break the 4th wall, not too often, or else it gets boring. Or annoying. Chapter 5, Sound 4 or 5. Naruto watched the Jinchuriki opposite him. He was in an interrogation room, clad in his brand new, tacky Chunin vest. Opposite of him was Gaara. Alright, so you deny all responsibility because your dad incorrectly sealed a gigantic demon into you, which resulted in the death of your mother. This caused you to become insane because no one loved you. Yes, Gaara simply said. His blank stare was unnerving Naruto, and he was years older. Creepy, alright. Is Shikaku still screaming in there? I hope he listened when Kyuubi and I removed that gigantic splinter from its foot. Who the hell makes the seal a splinter? Seriously. When Naruto and Kurama went into Gaara's mindscape, Shikaku's pain-filled screams were the result of a huge, wooden splinter impaled through its foot. He is not. In fact, he is quite coherent and is insistent on remedying my subpar control with his power, Gaara again stated in that creepy, toneless voice of his. Naruto nodded, satisfied. Cool. Your dad is dead and all, right? Orochimaru was behind the invasion, blah blah blah. I suppose we can free you guys. The Hokage was cool with it. The council wasn't, but this is a military dictatorship. Gaara inclined his head. I thank you for fixing my seal and for using your therapy technique on me. It has helped much. I will attempt to connect with my peers and with my family again. Nice to know. Would you like some ramen, by the way? I know this really awesome place. Naruto dragged Gaara and his siblings to Ichiraku's. Their reactions made him depressed, though. Ramen wasn't merely it is okay, or alright. It is the food of the fucking gods. Although, nutrition was fine too. So, while Gaara and his siblings were reconnecting and Naruto was pitching in a joke or two, he felt 2 massive signatures nearby. Well, one was big. The other was ridiculous. Akatsuki behind you, Kurama said. What tipped you off? Naruto responded. There was a tap on his shoulder. Naruto swung his stool around to see 2 men dressed in black cloaks with red clouds on them. They were also wearing straw hats. Anything I can do for you, gentlemen? Naruto was prepared to use lethal force to protect himself and Shikaku, but he didn't expect them to ask, do you know where we could find a sushi place? A sushi place? Yes. We have been traveling for quite a while, and we're very hungry. Ah. Well, there's one down the street and to your right, Naruto said. If they're just hungry, Why not direct them to a good restaurant? Sure, the cloaks are intimidating, but everybody should be able to get a meal if they want to. They muttered their thanks and left. Huh. He couldn't see their eyes, so he didn't know who they were. All he knew was that they were Akatsuki. He watched them enter the restaurant a ways away, and then returned to his ramen. Who was that? Gaara asked. Akatsuki, Naruto said. Aren't they those tailed beast hunters? Yeah, but they're not causing trouble right now, Gaara. Let them do what they want. They're probably not going to do anything for a few more years. Gaara nodded slowly before returning to his meal. Meanwhile, Itachi and Kisame were enjoying a high-quality meal of sushi. Damn, that kid sure knows how to point them out. Itachi silently nodded. The sushi tasted very nice. Coincidentally, Sasuke was dining in the same area. He saw Itachi and his jaw dropped. He ran over to where his brother was and shouted, Itachi! I've come to kill you! Itachi looked at his brother and sighed. I can never get a moment for myself, it's always capture this or massacre that. He looked into his brother's eyes and sent him into an illusion world of oblivion. Sasuke crumpled to the floor. Despite all of the screaming, Itachi and Kisame finished their meal before jumping away. They had to get out before the Ambu were sick on their heads. Naruto watched them bounce away from the hidden leaf. I guess they were found out. You know, that really makes our security seem bad. Kankura looked at Naruto for a moment. You know, that really does. Why aren't you worried? He is from an alternate timeline, Gaara stated impassively. Seriously? Temari asked. Seriously, Gaara finished. Naruto slammed his head on the counter. No one believes me, but you guys believe your brother who was previously bats hit insane. Hey! Don't talk to my younger brother like that, Kankuro said. So unfair, Naruto quietly said. Sasuke was lying on his hospital bed. He was still too weak to kill his brother. His brother had just used that super Sharingan he had and locked him into a super illusion. It pissed Sasuke off. Being a leaf ninja wasn't making him any stronger. Yo, a familiar voice said. Sasuke looked up to the grinning face of his teammate, and an unfamiliar redhead. Holy shit, that redhead was hot. Hot was an understatement. She personified beauty. It was like she was perfection. Her red, slitted eyes were odd, but they seemed to add to her allure. Her breasts were large too. So, how you doing? Your brother must have hit you hard, Naruto said. Sasuke briefly glared at him but then returned his attention to the girl. Wow, I think he likes me, Kurama said. All men like breasts, right? Right, Naruto said. He's lucky I'm not a jealous guy, Kurama snorted. You know you're the only one for me, Naruto-chan. Who's this? Sasuke asked. Oh, that's Kyubi. What? Yep. Ask her yourself. Kurama was giving Naruto a deadpan look. She insisted on her actual, given name remaining hidden. Then Sakura walked in. Sasuke-kun, are you? Oh, hello? Who's this? Sakura eyed the redhead warily. She didn't miss the way Sasuke seemed fixated on her chest. Kurama smirked. Naruto raised an eyebrow. You're Sakura Haruno, right? My name is Kyubi. I'm Sasuke-kun's friend. Naruto backed away. Overpowered as he was, he still respected the power of an angry, irate female. Even more so since he had Kurama sealed within him. Not at the moment, of course. But no one would find out. Then Ino walked into the sight of a smirking redhead and a glowering Sakura. Hey, what's going on in here? She asked. Probable catfight, Naruto responded. Sakura's mad because Kyubi-chan over here has breasts. Wow, that's kind of rude, Naruto, Ino said. But yeah, you're right. Forehead has no breasts. Neither do you, Sasuke cut in. This was getting strange. Hey! I have breasts. More than forehead, anyway. Yeah, but you all kind of fail in terms of Kyubi-chan, Naruto absent-mindedly remarked. Kyubi nodded twice, making a HM noise. As much fun as it is claiming my superiority over you two, I'm already with someone. You can have Sasuke-kun all to yourself. Sasuke's shoulders slumped in defeat. Damn it. A hot girl and she's with someone already. Sasuke-kun wouldn't want to tramp, anyway, Sakura muttered. Kyubi smirked at Sakura, walked over to Naruto, and grabbed his junk. Naruto looked down and back up at the shocked expressions of the girls and the defeated expression on Sasuke's face. I didn't think she would do that. Maybe it's time we leave. They both vanished in a body flicker. Whoa, Ino murmured, that was trampy, Sakura stated with conviction. Very, very trampy. Yes, trampy. Anyway, I'm going to fawn over Sasuke-kun. Want to help? Nah, I just wanted to see if he was alright. Sasuke's way too much of a downer. Sorry, Sasuke. Maybe you'll get hot girls if you stop being an ass to everyone, but being an ass is all I know how to do, he cried. Then you can have Sakura. See you. Ino left the room. Sasuke looked at the sweetly smiling Sakura and groaned. Fucking hell, I hate Naruto. I think I might defect because of this. Yes, totally. Sound probably has better kunoichi too. It was dark. Sasuke was walking slowly, silently, and stealthily across the street, and then Sakura came in and ruined the whole ninja moment. Teenage love confessions and angst, oh boy. Sasuke knocked her out, and continued on his way. He found the sound 4, got his seal advanced, and then was stuffed into a barrel. A tight, cramped barrel. Then they all left. The next morning the incident was found out, and the Hokage sent out a team made up of you-know-who. The Sasuke Retrieval squad headed out to retrieve Sasuke. Naruto was walking to the Hokage's office to ask when he was going to leave for the next 3 years when he was informed of the defection. He defected? Yes. Why not send me out? I am sending you out. Go deal with them and make sure no one important dies. Alright, old man Hokage. Want me to let Sasuke go or no? The Hokage thought for a moment. Try to see if you can't convince him to stay. Otherwise, he might be a loose cannon if you bring him back. Naruto nodded. I'm heading out then. See ya, old man. Poof. Naruto was gone. In a clearing, Chuji was breathing heavily as a stage 2 curse-sealed Jirobo laughed maniacally. With this power Lord Orochimaru granted me, I cannot possibly lose to trash such as yo. The voice was cut off as the head separated from the body. Naruto appeared out of nowhere and ran up to Chuji. Damn, are you alright? Oh shit, you took those pills? Naruto said, referring to the nearly empty box near Chuji. Yeah, I'm fine. How did you cut off his head? You don't even have a kunai out. Oh, that's going to be hard to explain. Just think about really sharp, strong claws. Chuji looked faintly ill. Are you sure you're not an Inuzuka? Very sure, yes. Where did everyone go? Naruto asked. Chuji pointed in some vague direction. Over there. Shikamaru, Niji, and Kiba are all catching up to the enemies. What about Akamaru? Chuji palmed his face. Yes. He's there too. Let's go already. Actually, head back to the Hidden Leaf. I'll deal with the problems, Naruto said. What? Are you sure? I can order you to go back, you know. Naruto smirked at a surprised Chuji. The rotund boy sighed, said quick good luck, and headed back. Naruto activated Sage Mode and located the rest of the SRS. Then he took off in their direction. Niji was battling some guy with 4 arms that Naruto didn't quite memorize. What? He was focused on Orochimaru back during that battle. Who cares about 4 extras? Yo, Naruto said, dropping down to where Niji was swatting mini spiders. Naruto sent a blast of wind at the larger spider, removing it from the battlefield. What's going on here? Naruto! Niji yelled, he's firing arrows. And they hurt too. Coincidentally, an arrow shot right at Naruto, spearing him right above the heart. Naruto looked down at the arrow, pulled it out with a squelch, and charged it with electricity. Right, I'm a Jinchuriki and you don't know what that is. I'll tell you all later. Maybe. Kidamaru gaped at how the blonde had taken an arrow and removed it like it was a minor nuisance. What the hell? That's not normal. You should be on the ground gasping for breath or something. You have 4 arms and spit out webbing. What the fuck kind of definition for normal are you even using? Naruto shouted back. I'm from Sound. I don't think normal exists over there, especially since we're run by a guy who can regenerate and shed his skin. Naruto flicked the arrow towards where Kidamaru was and blasted it with wind. The arrow pierced Kidamaru's skull, killing him immediately. Naruto told Niji the same thing he told Shuji, got directions, and then split into 2. Kurama went after Kiba while Naruto went after Shikamaru. With Kurama, wow, this is your backup? It's a girl in a freaking kimono! Sakan exclaimed. She has nice breasts, at least, Yukon muttered. Kurama watched the 2 brothers argue between themselves about various attractive aspects of females. Wow, if all guys can be distracted this easily, I could probably become Kage of the Hidden Leaf. Wouldn't that be ironic? How would that be ironic? Kiba painfully gritted out. Oh, you wouldn't get it. Naruto will explain everything after this. The 2 brothers turned to her, smirking menacingly. Well, we might as well have some footwork. Sakan flew back into a rock face and died. Holy shit. How hard did you hit him? Kiba asked. Enough to disintegrate his insides, I think. They were already messed up. I just had to punch him with enough force. You bitch. You killed my brother. Yukon rushed forward in his curse seal form. Kurama broke him as well. That was easy. Speak for yourself. I think I'm paralyzed. Akamaru's hurt too. Kurama looked down at the small puppy with distaste. Ugh, I'll never get why humans like dogs so much. Wait, what? Nothing. Let's get out of here. Kurama formed a clone to help the still bewildered Kiba, then the clone took him away. Kurama headed back to find Naruto. Once they were back in the Hidden Leaf, the clone dispelled. She was pretty hot, Kiba remarked. I didn't even get her name. She just popped in and saved my ass. With Naruto, Naruto was watching Shikamaru's and Tayuya's checkmate thing play out when Kurama reappeared. Yo, she said, that's my line. Anyway, they're positioning themselves. It feels like a bunch of moving around and trapping and illusion techniques. Isn't the redhead a member of the Phantom Flute clan? Clan might be gone. I'll mention it to her if I get around to it. Shikamaru was being hard-pressed to survive, much less win. Hopefully the other members of the SRS were faring better. You fucking shadow user. You're going to really fucking die now. Tayuya shouted. You swear as much as I do when I'm angry. Naruto appeared next to Tayuya. The redhead jumped back, falling into a defensive stance. Naruto shook his head. Might as well get you down. What are you talking about, shithead? Tayuya said, watching him warily. Meh, you'll find out later. Naruto rushed her and knocked her out. Yeah, this is really easy. Where are the S-rank missing Nin? Already anxious for something at least challenging? Kurama asked, jumping down to where Naruto was. Shikamaru watched the other redhead with some caution. Everyone sucks. How is this supposed to be interesting? Just wait a bit. We'll head out sooner rather than later. Fine. Take what the hell is her name again? Naruto asked. It's Tayuya, you troublesome blonde, Shikamaru said, entering the conversation. Who's this? This is Kyubi. Yes, that's her name. Yes, I know it's weird, but go with it. Kyubi, bind Tayuya and take her. Shikamaru, where is Sasuke? Shikamaru groaned. Some albino guy took the barrel he was in. He was in a barrel? Why? Naruto asked, tilting his head. How should I know? Troublesome. Shikamaru and Kyubi left with Tayuya in tow. Naruto activated Sage Mode and headed onward, swiftly catching up to the albino guy carrying a barrel. It wasn't as if you could miss it. The guy was in a clearing taking a breather. More trash to try and stop me from fulfill. Yeah, I don't care. Is Sasuke in that barrel? Naruto pointed at the barrel for unneeded clarification. The barrel abruptly began burning and then exploded. Sasuke walked out of the flames and groaned. What the hell? I just wanted to defect. I didn't want to undergo this weird-ass change. Did Sakura scare you away? Naruto asked. Sasuke turned, his face half transformed. Yes. Yes, she did. I don't know why, but she thought I was the love of her freaking life. Even Ino doesn't do that, Kimimaro shrugged. Give it a few years. She'll find someone else to fawn on. God, I hope so. I'm about to die. Goodbye, everyone. I was hoping to be Orochimaru's next body, but oh well. Kimimaro fell over dead. Well, that was anticlimactic, Sasuke said. Yeah. Anyway, make sure Orochimaru doesn't ass-rape you when you reach Sound. Sasuke scoffed. Don't worry, I just want his jutsu so I can kill my brother. Go for it. I'm heading back to the Hidden Leaf and then going on a 3-year training trip. Oh, you too? Yep. Sakura might seek you out when I come back though. Sasuke gnashed his teeth. Fuck. God damn, why can't I find a girl that isn't fangirlish? Yeah, good luck with that. Orochimaru won't help you there. Naruto vanished in a body flicker. Sasuke grunted and headed off towards Sound. Zetsu appeared from the ground and looked around. Wow, that was pretty boring. Not even an intense fight or anything. So here's the thing, Tayuya, Hiruzen said. Since the information you have given us has unearthed several of Orochimaru's bases, we're letting you do what you want around our village. In addition, we would like to extend an invitation to join our ninja forces. I'm not being a genin again. Hell fucking no, Tayuya replied, folding her arms defiantly and glaring at the Hokage. Naruto chortled from his own seat next to Tayuya. I fucking love this girl, he muttered. Tayuya's response was to bop him on the head. The Hokage sighed and rubbed his forehead. We have received an assessment of your skills from 2 of our Chunin, one of which is coincidentally in the room right now. Hiruzen smirked. We're promoting you to that of an experienced Chunin. Once you serve your year of probation and complete missions for us, we can think about promoting you. Tayuya unfolded her arms and threw them into the air. Thank fucking God. If I had to remain a genin with all of those dipshit rookies, I think I'd go insane. Ooh, I like her. Well, you need a place to stay, of course. Do I get an apartment or some shit like that? She asked. No, you're staying with me, Naruto said. And please don't ruin my crappy apartment. What? Why the fuck would I stay with that asshole? Tayuya shouted, pointing at Naruto for added effect. Well, for one, I kind of removed your curse seal. And Anko's. For 2, people don't like you because you're formerly Sound. Yes, I know you can protect yourself, but I'm ridiculously overpowered, remember? Naruto gave Tayuya a cheeky grin. She rolled her eyes. Fine, shithead. But no funny business or I'll castrate you. Maybe I'll have Kyubi help. She'd sooner rape you than help you. Trust me, I've been there before. As interesting as this conversation is, the Hokage interjected, I need Naruto-kun to get you better acquainted with his apartment. You should, since he's going away for a few years on air. I'd say a training trip. But it's more like he and Jiraiya-kun are going to stir up trouble. What? 3 years? You don't even need the training trip from that perverted old shit. Yeah, but the Hidden Leaf is boring. Plus, I want to see what's going on in the Hidden Rock, Cloud, and maybe help with the civil war in Mist. Naruto leaned back in his chair. Don't worry, I'll give you a seal that lets you contact me at will. If you're feeling lonely or you're in trouble, just channel chakra into it, and I'll appear. How the fuck do you expect to do that, shithead? Tayuya asked, tilting her head curiously. Flying Thunder God, Naruto remarked. Flying what the fuck, you know your dad's techniques too. Tayuya said, shocked. Hiruzen palmed his face. Of course he'd tell her his heritage. Most of the time, he would tell anyone who asked. Not that many people asked at all, really. You'd fucking think that anyone with a pair of eyes, a photograph, and some sort of brain would realize Naruto is the son of the 4th, but nope. Naruto shrugged and then got up from his chair. Tayuya followed him out of the Hokage's office. You better not treat me like some damsel in distress, shithead. Hell no. I thought I told you this before? Besides, I'm trusting you to take care of yourself. And please don't burn my apartment down when I leave. It's kind of the only place I have. You know, demon in my gut and all of that. I'll try not to, Tayuya said cheekily. They reached his apartment, unlocked it, and entered. Tayuya inspected it with a critical eye. At least it's fucking clean. Fuck, this place is small. Yeah, well, if you take up that much space I'll be happy to give you my room. Tayuya snorted and collapsed on the couch. When are you leaving anyway? Tayuya asked. Tomorrow. Maybe. Honestly, I have no fucking idea. The old pervert doesn't even have an idea of what to do half the time, Tayuya snickered. He actually lets you call him that? You call him that too? Yeah? Thanks for helping though, shithead. It's nice to know there's someone in this village who doesn't want my blood. Naruto turned to her, a bored expression on his face. It's not like anyone will try and hurt you anyway. You're going to be a registered ninja tomorrow, and anytime someone attacks you then it is treason and punishable by pain delivered by my boot. Or sandal. Tayuya snorted again and closed her eyes, opting to rest. Naruto sat down next to her, closing his eyes as well. They're not going to wake up in an uncomfortable position. Nope, not at all. Chapter 6, Charm. Alright, this looks like a good spot, Jiraiya said. The two ninja had been traveling for a good month and hadn't done anything, at all. It was grating on Naruto's nerves. Why we here, pervert man? Naruto asked, eyeing his surroundings. They were somewhere in the land of fire. The clearing was absolutely massive and there was a rushing river nearby. Well, I want to test your skills. You never really do anything with them, so I need to see if you can back your words up. Alright. Any restrictions? If there weren't restrictions, Naruto could fairly easily turn the forest into a wasteland. Jiraiya hummed for a moment. No demon chakra. I don't know how powerful it gets and I don't want you rearranging the area. Naruto snorted. It's going to happen either way. When do we stop? When I say so, Jiraiya replied. You ready, brat? Come at me full swing. I like come at me, shinobi better, Kurama muttered within Naruto's mind. Naruto smirked and rushed forward, surprising the Sannin with his speed. Regardless, Jiraiya towered above him and Naruto couldn't really blast him away. Even as several clones formed around Jiraiya and began coordinating attacks, the perverted sage couldn't be budged. Naruto's body was simply too small against the towering man. Naruto jumped away as Jiraiya's spiky hair punctured some of his clones. Can we use Sage Mode? Jiraiya appeared unsure for a moment. Then he smirked and summoned Fukasaku and Shima. He explained the situation, and they fused with Jiraiya. Naruto closed his eyes, inhaled, and then opened them, bar pupils active. Then they rushed at each other. Naruto moved much faster than before, to Jiraiya's renewed surprise. With Sage Mode, Naruto could actually cause Jiraiya to skid back after each successive hit. The old pervert sidestepped a jab and sent a return right hook at Naruto's chest. The blonde ducked and weaved around the giant man, delivering two rapid-fire punches to the backs of his knees. This caused Jiraiya to fall forward, which Naruto capitalized on by kicking the man harshly in the back. He was met with a log, which promptly shattered into a million splinters. Okay, your taijutsu is a pain in the ass. How the hell are you that fast? I can't tell you that, pervert. It's my own little secret. Naruto grinned at the annoyed expression Jiraiya had and the amused expressions the elder toads wore. Fine. I'm going to blast you away, then. Jiraiya flipped through some seals and spat out a blast of fire, which lit the oil Fukasaku spit out. The inferno was enhanced by the wind technique Shima used. Fuck. Naruto vanished into the ground, managing to escape the bubbling blaze completely. Since his Sage Mode was still active, Jiraiya could still sense him. Rather than going directly at the man, Naruto reappeared next to the river. Hey pervy sage, check this out. Naruto flipped through some one-handed seals and caused a gigantic wave of churning water to rise from the nearby river and fly towards Jiraiya. Parts of the water crystallized as their temperature dropped. In order to avoid being swept away and punctured, Jiraiya and the toads formed a triple combination of some wind jutsu, scattering the offending attack. With the battlefield drenched, Naruto clapped his hands together. Storm Release, Laser Circus. He had stolen this technique from some guy in Cloud way back when. Yeah, it wasn't really smart to use a technique with partial electricity in it while on a watery battlefield, but Naruto could cope. Plus, lasers are cool. Jiraiya cursed as several volleys of lasers were shot at him. What was worse was that despite gratuitous evasion and replacement techniques, there was always one extra laser that seemed to be close to zapping the toad sage. The water on the ground didn't help. Every now and then one of the elders on Jiraiya's shoulders would shout out a warning and the man would jump, evading the occasional electrified water surge. A gaze at Naruto showed him running through some additional seals. Fuck, what now? He yelled as the last laser smashed a tree apart. Fire Release. Great Fire Annihilation. He doesn't have a fire affinity, so he actually has to run through the seals for this technique. Yes, there are some limitations. Not much, however. Jiraiya gaped as a massive jet of fire shot out from Naruto's mouth and spread horizontally, causing a menacing wave of flame to bear down on him. I think your new apprentice is insane, Jiraiya-chan, Shima muttered. Yeah, I realize that, Lady Shima. The flames eventually vanished as Naruto stopped feeding chakra into them. Most of the battlefield was utterly ravaged. Are we still going, or no? Hell no. You're insane. Do you have training in all 5 elements? Jiraiya asked. Yeah, I do. I have training in everything. Yeah, everything. The Hidden Leaf actually trained their Jinchuriki in my timeline. It helped that most of the bigots had personality changes or didn't exist. Huh. Well, I think you're an S-rank threat. Easily, in fact. Sage mode in conjunction with your ninja techniques is pretty potent, brat. And that's not even with Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto shook his head and took a look around. What are we going to do about this? Well, we're going to keep moving. No witnesses, right? Jiraiya dismissed Shima and Fukasaku before jumping away from Naruto. The blonde snorted and followed shortly after. An additional month later, Naruto groaned to himself. They hadn't done anything. He wanted to infiltrate Rock, Cloud, maybe even visit Miss Civil War for the sake of seeing Haku again. He hadn't seen her in ages. Hell, he wanted to see Tayuya. She hadn't called him yet, so she was probably fitting in fine, but it was still boring. Maybe he could have flashed back there and teased Hinata. That was always fun. If only she had more confidence. Damn Jiraiya and his spy network. This was irritating. Hey brat, were you even planning on doing anything if I wasn't some superpowered ninja with memories from an alternate timeline? Jiraiya frowned. Well, I was going to train you in your tailed beast chakra. Let me guess, you were just going to wing it and hope it was all for the best. Pretty much, yeah? I was hoping you would be like Minato so I didn't have to hammer anything into your head. Yeah, I'm not a genius. Asshole, Naruto muttered, glaring at his godfather. Said godfather rolled his eyes and headed off. Come on, we're heading to the land of snow. Why? Naruto tilted his head in confusion. You're backing up a team from the Hidden Leaf and I'm doing nothing. What the fuck? What kind of mission requires 2 Kage level ninja? You're not Kage level. Not publicly, at least. I'm just being lazy, Jiraiya said cheekily. Naruto groaned again. Which team are we backing up? Your old team, I think. Your girlfriend is there, too. Sakura Haruno and Kakashi are with her. Naruto stopped for a moment, thinking. Is this an order or not? Jiraiya gave him a deadpan look. It's an order, brat. They need one more person and you're taking the part of an extra. What the hell is the mission anyway? Oh, you're escorting Yuki Fujikaze. And protecting her. And I think you're wresting control of the land of snow from Rogue Ninja, too. Naruto gave Jiraiya an incredulous look. What the fuck? I don't want to play babysitter for a moody actress. Jiraiya looked affronted. You're not looking forward to meeting the actress Yuki Fujikaze? She's supposed to be smoking hot. You think every woman with breasts and a nice ass is hot, Naruto muttered. Fine, I'll go and help them out. No demonic chakra. Fuck you, land of snow boat thing. Tayuya was getting ready to sleep for the night when there was a flash. Then she looked up from her position on the ground to see Kurama on top of her. The redhead grinned. Hey there, Red. What's going on? Get the fuck off me. Tayuya shoved her fellow redhead off of the floor and got up. Where the hell did you come from? I thought only shithead could use that technique. Kurama snickered. I've been with him all of his life. I know how to do most of the techniques he can do. Besides, he's coming in a bit. Tayuya frowned. Just when I was about to fucking sleep. Why are you two coming here? We're helping you out. I was bored. The old pervert is doing stuff on his own. Flash. Why are you both sitting on the ground? Why is the ground rocking? Naruto asked. He walked up to a wall, tapped it, and then nodded. We're on a ship and we're headed to the land of snow. Glad you made that conjecture, you fucking idiot, Tayuya muttered. Where are you two going to sleep? Kurama shrugged, walked up to Naruto, and melded into his body. Alright, cool. Now I'm sleeping with you in that bed. What? This bed barely fits me. I'm a gentleman, don't worry. Naruto grinned. Shithead, I'm going to kill you. After much arguing, Tayuya finally let Naruto in the bed, only to kick him out as soon as he got settled. She thoroughly enjoyed the kick puppy look on his face. The following morning, Kakashi and Sakura were very surprised to find Tayuya on the ground snuggling against the snoring Naruto. In fact, they were surprised the blonde was on the ship. Although, they were amused when Tayuya woke up, shrieked, and punched Naruto away from her. You work fast, Naruto, Kakashi said, giving the blonde an eye smile. Yeah, I'm a charmer. Just my luck. Naruto was watching Yuki Fujikaze do her crying scene thing. I swear I've seen this woman before. Haven't you seen the Princess Gale movies? Tayuya asked, sidling up next to them. Naruto closed his eyes for a moment. Princess Gale, she's Kuki Kazuhana. She's just under a different name, Kurama informed. If we're taking her to the land of snow then oh lord, it's this all over again. Yeah, sure I have. Totally, Naruto muttered. Sakura appeared after she had been getting a closer look at Koyuki's acting. This is so exciting, being on a boat with the great actress Yuki Fujikaze. Naruto grimaced. What a ninja outlook. I'm glad this is the future of the kunoichi in the Hidden Leaf. Ninja can enjoy things like this too, Naruto, Kakashi chided. That doesn't mean they need to squeal about it. Cough, cough. Sorry, I was just trying to get the hypocrisy out of my system. Naruto rolled his eyes and returned to watching the scene with Tayuya, Kakashi, and Sakura. The following day, one of the men on the ship was talking about how an iceberg randomly appeared in the area. When Naruto overheard this, he just had to gripe about it. Okay, icebergs that large don't just randomly appear. We would have at least seen it drifting around. Kakashi, do you think there's people around here? Maybe a missing ninja or something? Possibly, Kakashi said. Then the director pulled everyone ashore. What a great and not totally dangerous place to film a movie, right? In the middle of a freaking iceberg which is in the middle of an ocean. Yep, totally safe. And then they started filming. Sakura was watching, Tayuya was bored and cussing some guy out, and Naruto was scanning the tops of the iceberg. Then his eyes widened. Heads up guys, there are 3 chakra signatures nearby. I'm guessing they're after our actress. Sakura and Tayuya tensed. Kakashi looked up at the tops when an explosion occurred. Said explosion caused filming to stop. Said explosion also let Nadar appear with a flashy entrance. My, we finally found you, Koiki Kazuhana. Ooh, dramatic reveal. Think everyone is going to wait as he calls in backup? That's kind of a classic villain thing, isn't it? It happened with Nagato, Orochimaru, and Kabuto. Then Mizore appeared. So did Fubuki. When Fubuki appeared, Naruto catcalled. I love this country already. Form-fitting bodysuit on a woman with breasts like that. I don't even care that it's sexist right now. Fubuki's jaw dropped. Alright, I was figuring on killing the princess, but I think I'll kill you just for that comment. You're welcome to try. He paused. I'm severely tempted to say something very inappropriate and bad. Fucking perverted old sage and his crappy lines. Then Kakashi engaged Nadar, Tayuya and Sakura engaged Mizore, and Naruto engaged Fubuki. Tayuya couldn't really hurt the man with her illusions while Sakura just chucked a bunch of explosive notes. And really, how the hell does armor stop illusions? Yeah, whatever. Naruto headed out to Fubuki, who was launching ice release techniques. Or faux ice release techniques. Icy Birds tried to shred Naruto, but his mastery over ice techniques was much better than the snow ninja. He had a bloodline, after all. Wow, is this all you can do, aside from be a pretty face? Kind of lame, Naruto taunted. Fubuki grit her teeth. I'll show you that we snow ninja aren't to be underestimated. Ice prison technique. Pillars of solid ice shot out from the ground, each attempting to ensnare Naruto. He jumped away from a few and then launched a grand fireball. The fireball was fueled by utterly obscene amounts of chakra and overpowered the kunoichi's technique rather handily. The cloak billowing behind Naruto as this was going on looked cool, too. Then Fubuki activated her mechanical wings and flew into the air just as a rumble began to split the iceberg. Naruto snorted as he saw 2 gigantic whales in the distance tear part of the island apart. Kakashi always the flashy one, isn't he? Koyuki had fainted, much to Tayuya's displeasure. Fucking actresses. Is she acting this time? Naruto shrugged, picked her up, and entered the boat. Kakashi explained the situation to Tayuya, Sakura, and Naruto, who had already pretty much deduced the entire thing anyway. Koyuki whined about how they were all going to fail and how it was a waste to head to the land of snow. So now they were at the actual land of snow and not some random ocean. What are these things? Sakura asked. Who cares? It's warm inside, cold outside. That's all that fucking matters, Tayuya murmured, reclining on a nearby bed. Must you always swear? Sakura asked. Yes, was Tayuya's answer. Naruto snickered as the transport vehicle stopped. Everyone went outside for a breath of fresh air as Koyuki was declared missing. Are you kidding me? This really is like a fucking babysitting mission. Did she ditch because of her whole pessimistic I'm going to die attitude? Naruto said. Pretty much, Kakashi replied, shrugging as he did so. Why is everyone so fucking pessimistic? We live in a world where you can hire ninjas. Naruto continued grumbling to himself and vanished in a body flicker as he sniffed out Koyuki. He eventually found her nearly unconscious in the snowy woods. You are a very annoying woman, he said to her. Seriously, act your age. I'm getting irritated with your fucking attitude. Koyuki turned her head to him. It won't make a difference. Give up. I shouldn't have come here. Naruto shook his head. That's what they all say. Then I smacked their heads around a bit, and then they listened to me. Whatever, let's go. Naruto picked her up and began heading back to camp. Rather than go through that huge cavern with train tracks, Naruto flashed over to where Tayuya was. That was easy, Tayuya remarked. Yeah, but Koyuki might be a bit disoriented. Are you alright, Princess Koyuki? Naruto asked. The princess groaned and shook her head. What was that? Would you accept high-speed transport as your answer? Naruto quipped. The massive train that ran on chakra rails appeared. Doto came out and was about to speak when Naruto interrupted. Yeah? Whatever. We get it. Evil villain, evil speech. You're an idiot, we understand. Tayuya snorted with laughter from where she was standing. Doto sneered. And what could you do about it? The rebels appeared and Doto's men took aim with their cool Kanairo barrage thing. That looked like an extremely neat contraption, in Naruto's opinion. I could do a bunch, actually. For example, this. Naruto then channeled chakra to his throat and roared, sending out a shock wave of concussive force that blew snow in all directions and impacted parts of the train, causing a great many of the shots fired to fail. Sakura's jaw dropped. Since when do you know jutsu like that? Since I don't even remember when I learned that one. Doto made some remark about how they would all fail and then the train shed its damaged portions and left in order to avoid further damage. Because of Naruto's interruption and his rapid retrieval of Koike, most of the rebels were quite alright. Koike was rather slack-jawed. Why do you continue to help me? We'll all die. This is pointless, Tayuya chuckled. Well, princess bitch, shithead here is kind of powerful. That might be an understatement, actually. With the rails and most of the road destroyed, they set up camp for the night. Naruto had been rather annoyed with Koike's attitude, so he found out where she was staying and knocked on the door. A haggard-looking Princess Koike appeared. It looked like she had been crying. Are you okay? Naruto asked, his eyes softening. Overpowered or not, Naruto was always a sucker for teary females. Hell, he was a sucker for emotions in general, as long as they were by females. Koike sighed. It's alright if you come in. I really don't know why you won't just leave though. Why would I leave? That's not how I am at all. Naruto gave his charge a small smile. You know, my father used to run this country before it was taken over by rogue shinobi. He always tried to see the good in things, especially in me. He wanted me to be happy and to help the land of snow, Koike began. So why are you all mopey and stuff? It doesn't suit such a pretty woman like you, Naruto said, grinning. I feel like we're going to lose, but that attack you used, how powerful are you? The actress asked. Naruto frowned in thought. Do you want the complete truth? A nod. Every ninja in this country would be utterly destroyed if they faced me in combat, even if I ran through them all at once. That sounds arrogant, Koike said. Are you sure you aren't overstating your capabilities? No machismo here, Naruto replied. I am literally the most powerful ninja in this nation. Of course, my godfather kind of stops me from using most of that power since it's kind of, well, destructive. I could tell. You roared at them and part of that train blew up, Koike said. Yeah, but I didn't really want to destroy it yet. Why not? Koike asked. Well, you saw that girl with pinkish hair, right? Fubuki? Well, Naruto described what he would do to her in a very intimate way. In actuality, he was testing the limits of Koike's patience and whether or not she was still a voyeur. Hilariously enough, her face reddened, but she did not stop him. Naruto smirked at her. A voyeur are you? And here I thought you were a respectable woman, if not a bit on the sad side. It's not like that. Koike stammered. Don't worry about it. Where I come from, most ninja lose their innocence so that they can function better in the field. It's not something that I generally mind talking about. You're not really a ninja though, despite what you do in the movies. Naruto kept smirking at her flustered expression. Yes, I see. Do you think you can actually keep me alive? A nod. Koike peered curiously at him. I don't know why, but being around you makes me feel safe. Yeah, being the successor of the Sage of the Six Paths kind of does that. People always wondered why such a Jinchuriki had such an allure towards everyone. The simple answer was just that. He was, in effect, the Sage's successor. I get that a lot, Naruto responded. You know that redhead? She actually used to be a kunoichi from an enemy village. I saved her from certain death and after spending time with her, she willingly divulged information about her old village to mine. But she's such a vulgar girl, Koike said, surprised. Is that a problem? I like independent girls. Makes me happy to do less work saving them. After all, you still saved me. You're technically a civilian. If you were a ninja, then I'd yell at you for being reckless, Naruto replied, grinning widely. Besides, once we reclaim your nation, you owe me. We? Koike said, sounding affronted. I don't think you're an heir to the throne. Oh, don't pull that royalty card over me. I'm an orphan. Koike giggled at him, giving him an actual smile. Thank you, Naruto. It's what I'm here for. I call it my therapy jutsu, but I keep hearing that it's already patented. Naruto shook his head. Someone out there has got charisma. Koike rose from the bed. If we do complete our task, then I'll reward you. It's a promise. The actress left the room, leaving Naruto behind. I don't understand how you got her to smile. Think she'll bend over? Naruto palmed his face. Naruto and the rest of the people were outside taking a short break. Koike was talking with the director and telling everyone how she would take up the reins again, much to their surprise and pleasure. Kakashi strolled on by to Naruto. You wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you? I might, Naruto said. Did Jiraiya tell you? Or maybe the third did. Kakashi nodded. Yes. It's hard to believe, especially since my student passed me when he actually became my student. Am I hurting your self-esteem yet? No, I became a Chunin and Jonin before you did, Kakashi replied, giving the blonde an eye smile. Hey shitheads, heads up! Tayuya shouted. Up above was a giant airship made up of some strange type of metal. Mizore, dangling on a rope, used his mechanical arm to grab Koike and rush off. A chorus of oh no, princess were heard and Naruto began to form shadow clones, and shadow clones, and shadow clones. He ended up jumping on them over and over again until he made it to the airship. Just in time, too, for it nearly sped out of his reach. Doto appeared and told Koike that he wanted a weapon that would make the shinobi nations fall under the Land of Snow's thumb. Koike scoffed, causing Doto to frown. Why do you not believe me? I am sure the treasure will give the Land of Snow the glory it deserves. I find such a claim to be foolish. The Land of Snow cannot possibly stand up to 5 shinobi nations. It is impossible, Doto smirked. This weapon your father built will give us all of the power. I'm sure of it. With it, the shinobi of the 5 great nations will answer to me. Classic villain laugh. Meanwhile, Naruto appeared. Yeah? We get it. Classic cliché villain power scheme. Boss is a bit busy right now, he muttered. He was then tied up by Mizore, but didn't seem very afraid either way. Doto frowned. Where was Fubuki? What do you mean boss, brat? He's keeping that one-woman company right now, Naruto clone said. I'll assume he'll finish up with her soon, Koike giggled. He actually went through with it, the clone shrugged. Or tried to shrug from its position on the metal floor of the airship. Yeah. I'd assume she's enjoying it too, Mizore frowned. What are you talking about? You're just a brat. Your creator might have had a flashy technique, but he's nowhere near strong enough to match Fubuki. Koike tapped her chin. I don't know about that, Doto growled. Enough. He turned to Koike and was about to grab her neck when she vanished. He blinked dumbly for a second before he said, Where did she go? Mizore frowned. Where did the clone go? Tayuya was waiting as Naruto, Koike, and a sweaty Fubuki with tangled up hair appeared out of nowhere. I told you I'd do it, Naruto said to Koike. Tayuya raised an eyebrow. What the fuck did you do, shithead? Koike pointed at Fubuki, who had a sort of dazed expression on her face. Oh yeah, look up there, Naruto added, pointing to the airship in the distance that was rapidly turning around in an attempt to reacquire their hostage. Then the airship exploded. Brilliantly, too. A plethora of colors rained out from it. Koike gasped. How did you do that? I mean, I get that you're powerful and all, but how did you explode that thing in multiple colors? Oh, great clone explosion with transformations on top. I know, it looks fucking amazing, Naruto said with a laugh. I guess this means I owe you something, don't I? Koike said. Yep, Naruto replied. I'll take a free room at your new palace or whatever anytime I drop in. We still have to use the key though, Fubuki murmured, seemingly coming out of her daze. You actually fucked her? Tayuya asked. Damn, how did you convince an enemy kunoichi to do it with you? Ninja magic, Naruto simply responded. Kakashi walked on by. Oh, hey Naruto. I knew you could do it. Really, I thank you. All I did on this mission was catch up on my reading, and I smile. Then they all went to the generator place, put the key in, and turned the place into spring. As the generators removed the snow, Naruto made a face. I know this is supposed to be a happy ending, but it's really cheesy. I know I'm ripping someone off here, but where did the fucking butterflies come from? How the hell did the butterflies even appear? There was ice everywhere. Woo, we're all happy now. Let's all go get fucking milk and cookies, Tayuya said. Koike looked around. Where did Fubuki go? I really thought she was going to stay, Naruto shrugged. She's a missing ninja. She'll do what she wants. I'll bet she'll seek me out though. I'm a very good date. You're not very charming though. To be honest, I'm not sure why every woman just accepts you as you are. You should be making the female scream pig, pig. Naruto bit back the inappropriate response he had ready for Kurama. Chapter 7, Come with me, the time is right. Naruto followed Jiraiya into the town of Tanzaku quarters. The town itself was very lively, having many gambling opportunities and quite the amount of fine women. Jiraiya intended to exploit the latter very much. Of course, he and his godson had another objective. Once the mission to the Land of Spring, formerly Snow, was completed, the third Hokage had told Jiraiya and Naruto to find Tsunade. It was time for her to return to the Hidden Leaf. That is, if they could convince her. Naruto was still pissed that such a prominent ninja left her home village because her lover and brother died in a war. What a crappy excuse. Seriously? She had to get away from all of that? He had personally seen his allies cut down in front of him. Surely it should have ended up strengthening her resolve. Jiraiya suddenly trailed away from Naruto, who was using Sage Mode in an effort to locate Tsunade's chakra. Where you going, pervy sage? Jiraiya's tongue was out and lolling, causing him to pant like a dog. My breast senses are tingling, brat. We're going to find Princess Tsunade's beautiful pair. Naruto raised an eyebrow. That didn't really offend him as much as he thought it would. Perhaps you're a super pervert now, the Kyuubi suggested. Naruto snorted to himself. Super pervert now? He was already a super pervert, maybe not quite as open about it as his godfather though. He still admired the female body, of course. Miraculously, after a few minutes of searching, Jiraiya actually found Tsunade and her apprentice. The blonde woman was gambling and slightly drunk, cursing her luck as she did so. The woman next to her sparked a memory. Ah, Shizen, Naruto muttered. Jiraiya nodded to his godson and rolled his tongue back into his mouth. Then he made a show of smoothing his clothes and brushing his hair before puffing out his chest and gallantly striding up to Tsunade. So, Princess Tsunade, nice to run into you here. The woman in question slowly raised her head up from the gambling table and turned it to Jiraiya. Then she snorted and turned back around. Go away, you old pervert. I told the old man before, I'm not going back to the Hidden Leaf. Jiraiya frowned down at her. Come on, princess. Don't be like that. Tsunade snorted again. Get out of here, Jiraiya. Leave me be. Jiraiya shrugged and backed off. All right, your turn, brat, he said to Naruto. The blonde boy was drumming his fingers on a nearby table, trying to comprehend how fucking idiotic Tsunade was being. You know, he started, I'm fucking tempted to bring out 9 tails of whoop-ass and level this town. What about the citizens? Jiraiya asked. Naruto turned his gaze to his perverted godfather. No one will die. I'll just cause a bunch of property damage, unless you want people to die, in which case I'll just blow the area up. Jiraiya face-palmed. Brat, try to talk Tsunade into going back to the Hidden Leaf. Naruto shrugged. Fine. Hey! He yelled, legendary sucker. Get your ass out of that chair and back to the fucking Hidden Leaf. Jiraiya palmed his face again at how loud his godson was being. Everyone turned to him, including Shizen and Tsunade. No, seriously, Naruto continued, you have 10 seconds or I'm blowing this fucking place up. Shizen walked up to Jiraiya and whispered, why does he swear so much? Then she frowned. Is he your apprentice? You shouldn't be corrupting him, Lord Jiraiya. Jiraiya chuckled. He might have been my apprentice, but he's much more powerful than anyone here. He's at least as powerful as I am. About the swearing, Jiraiya scratched the back of his head. I have no idea. I think he thinks it makes him sound funnier. All right, time's up, Naruto said. Then he inhaled deeply. Jiraiya paled. Holy shit. Get down, everyone. Hit the fucking deck. Since Jiraiya was famous as a perverted writer, everyone hit the deck, except for Tsunade. Tsunade ended up being blasted away by an insane amount of wind that was emitted by Naruto's open mouth. The whirlwind was spread and then thinned to encompass a smaller area. It wouldn't do to blow away innocent people. The Tsunade-sized hole in the background was totally exempt from that. Shizen rose from the ground, dusting herself off. She took a look at the controlled amount of destruction and gave the nonchalant blonde boy an incredulous look. What? He said. It's not like anyone was hurt. Oh, but you're going to be hurt soon, brat, Jiraiya remarked, rising from the ground and dusting himself off in the process. You seriously think your parents would allow this to happen? Don't you pull the parent thing on me. My mom would fucking help me kick Tsunade's ass. The perverted sage smirked. Yeah, that sounded like Kushina all right. Apparently personalities remained the same. Maybe, most of the people in the casino had run out, afraid of a ninja smackdown. Tsunade barreled through the wall, face flushed with anger. You brat. I'm going to kill you for that. Naruto made a blah 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 motion. Yeah, I've heard it all before. Anyway, bar pupils go. Whoosh. Tsunade was sent flying again as she attempted to smash the blonde's face in. She rose from her position on top of a destroyed table and stared at the boy in shock. What the hell? You can use nature chakra? Duh. Bar pupils mean anything to you? Anyway, I'm the son of Minato and Kushina as well as the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. I've soldiered through hate, loneliness, and complete fucking incompetence. Naruto put down his last flashcard. Are you convinced yet? Tsunade gave him a deadpan look. Was that a prepared speech? Kind of. I mean, where I came from, I didn't have any of that. I was treated more or less as a weapon and I fully accept that view. However, it doesn't make me blind to your incredible stupidity. Seriously, you fucking left the Hidden Leaf because Dan and the Waki died? Tsunade raised an eyebrow and then looked at Jiraiya. Jiraiya, did you tell him about me? The sage guffawed. Nope. He's from an alternate reality, and suddenly appeared in this one. He's the most powerful ninja I've ever met aside from his father. You expect us to believe that, Lord Jiraiya? Shizen asked. Yeah, no one expects it, Naruto said, rubbing his chin in thought. Ah, how about this? Naruto bit his thumb and slammed it into the ground. An old frog popped up. Or toad. Whatever. Hey, old toad. What's hopping? I am not amused, Fukasaku muttered. What did you want, Naruto boy? Naruto pointed at the big-breasted blonde nearby. Can you tell her I'm from an alternate timeline, reality, or universe? The toad chuckled dryly. Princess Tsunade, he's from an alternate timeline. You don't have to believe him, but he can use nature chakra and enter sage mode to its fullest, as well as use multiple S-rank techniques. That is a bit too much for a normal 13-year-old, is it not? Then the elder toad dismissed itself. Tsunade sighed, accepting Fukasaku's words. So you're from an alternate timeline. What happened there? Dan and Iwaki never died. You ended up marrying Dan and having a son and daughter. The son ended up having the wood-release bloodline limit, as did Iwaki, Naruto explained. Both of them helped me control my inner demon's powers. Tsunade had a forlorn look on her face. She sighed to herself. At least they survived in another world. I should be happy about that. Did Dan ever become Hokage? He succeeded Jiraiya. What? Tsunade choked out. He became Hokage? Yep, Naruto said, examining his fingernails. After my dad died sealing the Kyuubi in me, Jiraiya took over the seat. He kept it for years until Dan took over. Jiraiya snorted and Tsunade nodded. I guess I should go back to the Hidden Leaf. Fuck yes you should. Naruto shouted. Seriously, you think your lover and brother would like seeing you like this? They would want you to remain in the Hidden Leaf and help people. That would be a fulfilling life, wouldn't it? Yes, Tsunade said, smiling. It would. Fucking finally, Kurama muttered. She's going to hurt you though. What? No she's. Tsunade punched Naruto through a wall. That's what you get for launching me through a wall, brat. Land of waterfalls. Huh, Naruto remarked. I never thought I'd see that waterfall again. Jiraiya raised an eyebrow. What, the hidden waterfall? You've been here before? Naruto grunted. Yep. Some mission regarding their hero water. What a lame mission. The pervert shrugged and entered the cavern. A ninja on guard duty let both of the ninja enter the pool nearby. After some swimming, the two elite ninja entered the village hidden by the waterfall. Wait, why are we here again? Naruto asked, raising an eyebrow at Jiraiya. Negotiations. I don't need to train you, remember? You could kick my ass if you wanted to. Besides, Waterfall's supposed to have a Jinchuriki. Go sniff around. The pervert then left off to destinations unknown, such as, for example, hot springs. And maybe a bar, too. The blonde Jinchuriki groaned to himself, and entered sage mode, increasing his sensing radius exponentially. Sure enough, he found the telltale signs of a tailed beast chakra within the village. Eyes snapping open, Naruto vanished from view, speeding towards where the chakra was supposed to be. After a few moments, he found a teenage girl with mint green hair, tan skin, orange eyes, and a set of clothes that designated her as important. She was being yelled at by a store owner. Naruto's first thought was fuck yeah, orange. His second was fuck no, discrimination. Hey, what's going on here? Naruto questioned as he walked forward to where the Jinchuriki girl was being yelled at. The fat store owner turned to Naruto and growled. None of your business, foreigner. I'm dealing with a problem on my own. Oh? A problem? Naruto tilted his head as the female Jinchuriki's eyes flicked towards him. Why are you yelling at this girl? Did she steal something? The man growled louder. This isn't a girl. This is a demonic thing that the village won't remove. Why she? Frankly, Naruto was irritated enough before he heard the man's actual whining voice. So he knocked him the fuck out. The hidden waterfall wouldn't have an ANBU force or anything strong enough to make Naruto sneeze anyway. Are you alright? Naruto asked the girl, who was staring at him with wide eyes. She couldn't have been more than a year or so older than him. Why did you do that? She hissed. Now they're going to pin this on me. Who's going to pin what on you? Jinchuriki are people too. Naruto frowned at her shocked expression. I'm a Jinchuriki too, and when people treat Jinchuriki wrong it makes me angry. You won't like you when you're angry. That was horrible. I love myself enough to like myself when I'm angry. The girl closed her mouth. You're a Jinchuriki? Naruto rolled his eyes. Yep. Naruto Uzumaki, Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi at your service, Naruto finished with a bow and a flourish. And you are the Nanabai Jinchuriki. My name is Fu. How did you know that? The green-haired girl asked, giving him a curious expression. My demon and I are on good terms. I can completely use my demon's power. Honestly, I could level this place if I wanted to, but that's bad business. Naruto smirked at her, as she stared at him. It was funny, really. It seemed like she was contemplating asking him to do that. Could you really blow this place up for me? Oh, she actually did ask him that. Not like he didn't want to do it though. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Why? Not that I won't do it, but why? Fu stared at the ground, shuffling her feet nervously. I hate this village. They treat me like an animal. I live off of food I steal and meat from the animals in the surrounding forest. I can't get sick because of the tailed beast within me, but my life is miserable. I'm miserable, she cried, tears beginning to leak from her eyes. Naruto was immediately near her, wiping the tears off with his thumbs. Hey, calm down. Crying never solves anything. If you really hate this place, you can come with me. I won't let them do anything bad to you. He wasn't very surprised that Fu leaned into his chest and gave him a crushing hug. The blonde knew that some girls like bad guys, but if you weren't an asshole any girl would take a liking to you. Well, most girls. Some were different, like Anko. Insane snake lady with a bondage fetish. Naruto body flickered to the giant tree in the middle of the village to escape the notice of prying eyes. Fu had stopped crying and sniffed softly before looking up at him. She seemed faintly embarrassed at breaking down like that. If I do blow this place up, then we're going to have a war on our hands, Naruto muttered. Hey, he would still blow the hidden waterfall up, seriously he would, but there were always consequences to taking rash actions. I don't really want this place to blow up, Fu responded. Shibuki was nice to me, maybe he'd let me leave with you. Naruto had absolutely no idea who Shibuki was, so he nodded like he knew the answer. Well, he did know the answer. If Shibuki said no, Naruto would make him say yes. Therefore, he knew what the answer would be. It would be yes. Kurama burst out laughing in the blonde's mind at Naruto's silly logic. I'm from the Hidden Leaf and we're allied with you guys anyway, so that fact might serve to help convince him. But Naruto said, sitting down on the ground, I want to speak to the Nanabai. Has it told you its name yet? Fu gave him an odd look. I thought Nanabai was its name. Alright, I guess it hasn't given you its name. Come here for a second, Naruto said, beckoning her closer. She sat down on the grassy soil next to him. He leaned back on one of the massive tree roots before hugging Fu closer to him. He could tell Fu was unused to human contact as she tensed when he brought her closer to his chest. This is going to feel a bit strange, but I'm going to enter your mind. How? She asked quietly, still slightly stunned at the close contact between her and Naruto. Yeah, Naruto likes hugs. Who doesn't like hugs anyway? Just a little trick I learned from my inner demon, Naruto muttered. Then he closed his eyes and inhaled deeply, tapping into Kurama's chakra and enveloping Fu with it. The world swirled around them as they lost consciousness. When Fu awoke, she noticed she was in the familiar, dark cavern that designated the Nanabai's prison. There were spires rising out of the ground that formed makeshift bars that prevented the beast's escape. The perpetual buzzing of its wings echoed throughout the cave. Gloomy place, huh? Fu started at Naruto's voice and then gave him an annoyed look. Did you really have to scare me? Naruto shrugged. Sorry. Then he walked up to the spires. Although he did hear Fu's sharp intake of breath, he didn't really fear anything from Chomei. It wasn't as if the bug could kill him, really. Hey, Nanabai bug. Are you in there? The loud buzzing of the bug's wings suddenly stopped, and there was a soft thump as the bug landed. Sage, it rumbled in a strange tone. Sage? Fu asked, turning to Naruto in a confused manner. Naruto chuckled to himself. Yeah, I'm kind of the successor of the Sage of the Six Paths. Yes, he existed. That's kind of cool, Fu said in an odd tone of voice. The blonde rolled his eyes, laughing softly to himself. Please don't go fangirlish on me, Fu scowled. Of course not. Fangirls are the scum that plague Kunoichi everywhere. Sage, why have you returned? The Nanabai spoke again. Naruto stopped his mirth immediately and looked up at the spires. He made a few seals and thrust his hands out, smashing the spires, much to Fu's renewed shock. The Nanabai floated out before folding its wings and perching in front of Naruto and Fu. Introduce yourself, Nanabai. You and Fu would get along better if you explain yourself. Naruto folded his arms and gave the giant beetle a stern look. The Nanabai turned to its host. I am Chomei. You are Fu, my host. Much to Naruto's surprise, most Jinchuriki weren't too cordial. Fu bowed to the giant beast. Nice to meet you again? Naruto raised his hand and snapped his fingers, changing the cave into a sea of white. Alright, much better. Now Chomei has some room to fly. Treat your inner demon with respect and equality. Remember, they're the ones that are really trapped. Hash out some kind of agreement, and get to know each other more. After some time of listening to the demon and its host speak, Naruto and Fu exited the seal and reawakened in the real world. A small amount of time had passed, and the sun was only beginning to sink in the sky. Naruto made to move, but Fu didn't. Can we stay like this? She asked. You like the hugs, don't you? Naruto asked with a sly smile. Of course she liked the hugs. Hugs were nice and warm. They were gifts of affection. Or should be gifts of affection. Yes, Fu muttered, snuggling deeper into Naruto's chest. Thank you, she sleepily said, closing her eyes and drifting off. Naruto smiled to himself. Helping someone was totally its own reward. Fu was latched onto Naruto's side, glancing around worriedly as they entered the hidden leaf. Naruto and Jiraiya were heading back to pick up an additional mission and to reconnect with their peers. Jiraiya wanted to reconnect with Tsunade's chest. Naruto just wanted to sleep in his own bed for once. The problem was that his apartment was ridiculously small and running out of room. So he was also going to claim his father's mansion, if his father did actually have a mansion in this timeline. Seriously, he was the Uzumaki heir. Where the fuck was his damned inheritance? The hidden stone could kiss his ass for all he cared. Alright, brats, Jiraiya began, we're here. We gotta get Fu registered and settled. I'm still surprised Shibuki let her transfer villages. Naruto snorted. Shibuki only wanted the best for her. You were sleeping when their council brought Akatsuki up, damn fools. I'm tempted to blow them up. Fu tightened her grip on Naruto's arm as a way of saying thanks. Besides, the Nanabai and I are getting along better than ever, Fu said. Naruto grinned at this. Hell yeah, easing tensions between tailed beasts and hosts everywhere. Well, everywhere where Jinchuriki needed. Which, admittedly, might not be so much. Naruto had been helping Fu draw on the Nanabai's power, and had also told her of his heritage and his superpowered overpoweredness. Oddly enough, she accepted the alternate timeline explanation readily. The trio, garnering many strange looks, entered the Hokage tower. They went to the Hokage's room and saw the third, along with Tsunade, looking through random amounts of paperwork. Hiruzen began. I see Shibuki's ward has come. I received a letter from him on the nature of your transfer. Make her a hidden leaf ninja already, old man. Naruto slightly flinched when Tsunade raised a fist to address his lack of respect. Yes, women are scary. So they went through the process, signed her into the village, and gave her a hidden leaf headband. The probationary restriction normally reserved for transferred ninja was lifted. Naruto was just that good. That, and a Jinchuriki would be a terrible choice for espionage. And then Danzo walked in, thumping cane and all. Holy shit, what the fuck happened to his signature? Why the fuck do I feel a would release ability on him? Why the fuck do I feel OOH? That's kind of disturbing, Kurama mused. No one really was surprised that Danzo immediately knew that Naruto, Fu, and Jiraiya were in the village. Spies everywhere, tailed beast chakra can be sensed, etc. Hiruzen, do you really think that a village would give us a Jinchuriki? Such a thing would tip the scales and possibly start a fourth war. Naruto coughed. 2 Jinchuriki right here, but fine. Cool, keep talking. Danzo glared at him before returning his attention to the third. I propose a program in which we can be better equipped in case of outbreaks. He said, motioning to himself and then to Fu, we'll take the Nanabai for training or for extraction. Judging from Fu's trembling, Naruto could feel that she was scared. And he was pissed. God damn fool, stop treating Jinchuriki like they're only worth the tailed beast within, he snapped at the bandaged man. Danzo ignored him. Well, Hiruzen? It would do well to be better prepared. That won't be necessary, Danzo, Hiruzen said, casting a sidelong glance at Naruto and the trembling Fu. Naruto-kun here is more than well equipped to train Fu in the training of her tailed beast chakra, Danzo growled. She is not from this village and as such, would be a liability. Naruto rolled his eyes. Fu, let's go. We already got everything checked out, and I don't care what Danzo tries. If he does try anything, I'll kill him. Then he and Fu vanished courtesy of a wispy body flicker, leaving the 4 elder ninja to argue amongst themselves. They appeared on the street, much to the surprise of some people. Alright, we need a new house. My old apartment sucks, Naruto murmured. Then he smirked to himself. I'm jacking my dad's supposed mansion. It's much bigger and will probably have all sorts of magical trinkets you can mess around with. What about Tayuya? Fu asked, cocking her head. Yeah, Naruto had told her about Tayuya and his pleasurable activities with other women. Needless to say, Fu was amused. She did read a part of the perverted books Jiraiya wrote. It was not because of Naruto's insistence. Nope. He totally did not want to do the nasty and various, kinky positions. Some of them required extremely precise chakra control, but those Ika stories are for another time. So Naruto shrugged. We'll drag her with us too. Now, he said, grabbing Fu's hand and dragging her along. Let's find us a feisty redhead. The two walked up to Naruto's apartment. Rather than knock or unlock the door, Naruto kicked it open, causing extensive damage to the lock and to the hinges. What the flying fuck? Was Tayuya's response to the explosion of splinters. Holy shit, shithead. You're back? And with some other girl? Fu, right? Fu nodded. Previously, Naruto had flashed over to where Tayuya was, surprised her, and told her about the green-haired Jinchuriki. Her only response was, damn, who the fuck has mint green hair? After some actual face-to-face introductions between Tayuya and the new girl, Naruto told them what he wanted to do, mainly break into the fourth's mansion that was filled with magical trinkets. The fourth was a seal master though, so his mansion was sure to be filled with traps to prevent greedy people from stealing his magical trinkets. Luckily, Naruto was also a seal master. A damn good one too, so he had told Tayuya to pack up her crap. Fu's stuff was in a storage scroll Naruto had on hand, so he went ahead to the fourth's mansion to crack the gate open and to find the magical trinkets. Yes, he knew where the fourth's mansion was located. When he got there, he immediately began to examine the intricate seals engraved on the gate, bricks, and door. Hell, there were some on the windows too. As he began cracking the seals via chakra overload in specific places, Team 8 popped up. Naruto! What are you doing here in front of the fourth's mansion? Cracking it open, Naruto flippantly replied. There was a thunderous boom that caused Team 8 and Kurenai to jump. Then the gate swung open as if on oiled hinges. Holy shit! Kiba shouted. Dude, this is freaking breaking and entering. Yes, and I advise you to stop, Naruto, Kurenai said, walking forward. Naruto snorted. You couldn't stop me if you tried. I'm only claiming my damned inheritance. Fucking old man and his mansion. I don't even think he lived here. Wait, inheritance? Shino adjusted his sunglasses in shock. Kiba's jaw dropped. Hinata tried to stop herself from fainting since Naruto could now be considered heir, suitable dating material in her dad's opinion? Son of the fourth or something like that. The Hyuga could be pompous assholes with a glare that could melt stone. Kurenai raised an eyebrow. You're the son of the fourth? Hell yeah I am. Progeny of Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze at your service, Naruto replied, pointing to his blonde hair that was eerily reminiscent of a certain Hokage. Holy shit. Kiba managed to blurt. How the hell did we not know about this? Naruto shrugged. My mom was the last of a dying clan, apparently. The Uzumaki were sealing masters like I was. How do you think I'm getting into the fourth's house? Plus, my dad kind of wrecked the Hidden Stone's face during the last war. The third wanted to protect me. Make sense now? Kiba nodded hesitantly. Naruto walked up to the door and opened it. There was a deafening clanging noise and Naruto was flung back, his body smoking. Hinata gasped at his state. Naruto grunted to himself. Fucking annoying seal. Are you alright, Naruto-kun? Hinata said. She congratulated herself on not stuttering. I'm fine, but this might freak you all out. Overpowering chakra surrounded Naruto, turning him into an amorphous, dark red thing with 4 solid, flailing tails. Kurenai quickly stood in front of her students, making them back away. Naruto, what are you doing? She yelled. Naruto, in his initial version 2 state shrugged, although it came off looking very strange considering his lack of actual definition. Seal needs a dense application of tailed beast chakra. Specifically, the 9 tails. And don't give me that look, I don't care who knows. Then the cubified Naruto burst forward, slamming straight into the door. There was a crack and then a shatter as the seal accepted Naruto as the fourth's legacy before exploding. Luckily, Naruto had ditched Kurama's cloak before the shattering noise attracted additional people. Several NBU had been watching what was happening, but they didn't care. At all, really? In the end, ANBU were freaking useless. They never did anything useful at all except for die. Naruto smirked to himself. Fuck yeah, Supermansion was his. Then he turned around to the gaping looks on Team 8 and Kurenai. Oh right, I'm the Jinchuriki of the 9-tailed fox. Now that you know, ask Kurenai for more information. He entered the mansion laughing like a madman. Chapter 8 Misty, Hiruzen Sarutobi gnashed his teeth in frustration. Damn Naruto and his rashness. Breaking and entering into the forced home. Actually, he didn't care about that too much. Naruto was much too powerful to give a damn about the hidden stone. He could end a war between them by himself. Revealing his status as a demon container wasn't that big of a deal either, considering the blonde was exempt from the law. Although, maybe he should rescind that law. Hiruzen knew that Naruto didn't care much at all about what people thought. It was probably a vestige from his home universe. Or timeline. Whatever. Jiraiya had been telling him what Naruto had been up to, though. He'd ended up screwing the new lord of the Land of Spring, as well as some random missing ninja. At least Jiraiya would have new material out fairly soon if Naruto continued supplying him with research. The third snapped his attention back to gnashing his teeth and glaring at the council. Yes, the civilian and ninja council. He needed a bunch of people to help him with sticky decisions, and having a set of old, decrepit conservative ninja didn't help at all. Word got out that Naruto entered the forced home and people got angry. Blah 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 demon this, blah 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 demon that. Fu's appearance and Tayuya's original alignment didn't help matters at all. People couldn't really do anything to them, though. Tayuya was all too likely to use her fists to attack civilians. Fu wasn't likely to do anything, thank the gods, but Naruto did actually give her a set of explosive tags that were powerful enough to consume a small house in flames. The girl with mint green hair had giddily accepted. Who knew she had a penchant for explosions? Anyway, this all gave the third a massive fucking headache, as well as massive fucking amounts of paperwork. Damned paperwork. Always piling up and piling up and piling up. Hiruzen turned to glance at Naruto, who was also in the council meeting room. Naruto's head was down on the table he had been given and snoring noises were coming from him. Every civilian head was glaring at the boy, while the ninja heads were imitating him, especially Shikaku. Lord Hokage, the brat over there has violated village property. I insist that the forced mansion is seized and returned to the village, unnamed Naruto hater number 1 said. Denied, Hiruzen replied, sounding bored. Lord Hokage, you can't possibly allow the demons to stay in the forced home. Unnamed Naruto hater number 1 shouted. Naturally, as with all Naruto haters, he was fat, short, and the head of an exceedingly wealthy chain of shops. Hiruzen groaned to himself as more insisting echoed in the chamber. Civilians in the hidden leaf were dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Oh look! They're bringing up Sasuke Uchiha. Damn it, Hiruzen thought. Damn you Minato for leaving me with this idiocy. Unnamed Naruto hater number 2 decided to make his worries known. Lord Hokage, we must kill the female demon and the demon brat over there before blah blah blah. Then there was a loud yawn. Naruto raised his head, blinked a few times, and then smiled drowsily at everyone. What's going on here, guys? I was just speaking to Foxy-chan. The sound of palms slapping head coming from the third Hokage was incredibly loud in the council room. Everyone had been shocked to silence. Oh no, demon brat speaking to inner demon. They must be seeking to overthrow the hidden leaf. Naruto's ears were suddenly assaulted by a bunch of idiotic ramblings from fat, greedy councilmen. And maybe some women too. Naruto could have sworn he saw a pink-haired woman nearby, but the lack of screeching made him think he was imagining things. Shut the fuck up! Naruto yelled, silencing the council. Fucking idiots. Can't even fucking argue right. You have no fucking jurisdiction over anything, so shut the fuck up. We are the council, demon brat. You will obey us. Unnamed Naruto hater number 3 snarled. We have the power to exile you and your little bitches, you irk. A kunai sprouted from the man's neck and he collapsed to the ground, clutching feebly at his neck as the life left his eyes. Naruto looked at everyone's shocked expressions. What? My hand slipped, he nonchalantly said. Somewhere, a purple-haired special jonin felt like cackling madly. Arrest him. The demon is revolting. He's going to kill us all. We're all making ourselves look incredibly dumb on purpose because we're the civilian council. Naruto gave that last speaker an odd look before releasing his intent. Hell yeah, killing intent. Every civilian in the room fainted. The ninja heads were giving him wary looks. Naruto shrugged. Stop giving me those looks. I do what I want. Are we done here? Hiruzen said, having had a laugh from watching Naruto deal with the situation. Everyone ended up nodding and left. Are you going to let him get away with that? Shikaka asked. It's going to be troublesome to deal with it once they wake up, Hiruzen snorted. I believe little Naruto-kun here is powerful enough to deal with meddling merchants. If they jack their prices up, I'll just steal from them, Naruto replied flippantly. Everyone in the room wondered if he was serious or not. Why did you kill him anyway? Not that I mind, Sim said, cocking her head at the blonde. Naruto grinned. Like I said, I do what I want. Conscious deliberation is fun. Then he turned tail and walked out of the room, leaving a series of highly amused ninja heads in the room. Hiruzen groaned at the amount of paperwork that was going to be headed his way. Naruto, having become hungry sometime during the meeting, dragged Tayuya and flew out to Ichiraku's for some ramen. Yeah, he still loved ramen. Everyone loved ramen. You can't not love ramen. Some people would beg to differ, but Naruto ignored them all. Ramen, shithead? Not that I mind, but did sitting on your ass make you that hungry? Tayuya asked. Fuck yes it did, Naruto responded, plopping down on a stool in his favorite ramen stand. Tayuya and Fu took seats on either side of him. Yo, I am Chan. Give me 10 big bowls of whatever. Tayuya and Fu placed their, smaller, orders and I.M. gave them a smile before heading off to deliver the orders to her father. So I.M. began, you're the son of the fourth? Yeah, I wonder how the village never figured it out. Spiky blonde hair, blue eyes, the QB is fucking sealed in me. I swear, people get stupider every day. You count as people too, you know. Shut up, Kurama. I'm just saying. I.M. giggled at Naruto's response before Tsuchi came out and handed the 3 customers their orders. Much like always, Naruto and Tayuya devoured the meals while Fu ate at a more sedate pace. The food was still consumed damn fast. After finishing a bunch of bowls, Naruto sensed several chakra signatures approaching. Heads up, my old classmates and Team Guy are coming up. I think they want answers. Naruto paused. How the fuck do I give them answers without being an asshole? You're not much of an asshole, Naruto, Fu reassured. I think you're quite the gentleman. He can be an asshole when he wants to, Tayuya quipped. Personally, I think your ninja are a bunch of pussies. Seriously, that lazy ass was made Chunin and no one else was? Fucking stupid. She didn't even get started on Sakura. What kind of ninja had pink hair? Naruto shrugged and swiveled around in his stool as his classmates, and Chunin exam comrades, entered the stand. Yo, somewhere, a jonin with gravity-defying hair finally realized someone was stealing his entry phrase. He saw them all give him apprehensive and studying looks. Naruto sighed. Alright. Meet me in training field no, meet me at the entrance of the Forest of Death. He slapped some money on the counter and grabbed Tayuya and Fu. Before he vanished in a body flicker, everyone heard Tayuya say, don't out. Once everyone was situated at the entrance of the Forest of Death, Naruto bowed and said, what's up? Kiba fidgeted for a moment before walking forward. Are you really the fourth son? Naruto nodded, smirking at everyone's bewildered expressions. How come we were never told of this? Ino asked. Shikamaru groaned. Ugh, the hidden rock. The fourth wrecked them. If they found out he had a living son, then his enemies would band together and kill him. Try to kill, Kurama interjected, although no one heard it but Naruto and Chome. The fourth surname was Namikaze, Niji said, folding his arms. The surname you have is Uzumaki. Naruto cocked his head and turned to Team 8. Did I tell you guys this? I don't remember. My surname is from my mother, Kushina Uzumaki. I'm the heir to an extinct clan with nifty genetics. Like? Chuji asked, wondering what Naruto meant. Bloodlines, perhaps? Storm release, ice release, 3 elemental affinities, potent chakra, stamina, and the ability to create chakra chains. Naruto left out his other special ability. That ability was not something to be used commonly. What are chakra chains? Shino asked, interested. Right afterward, glowing blue chains burst from the ground and enshrouded the area, creating a barrier as demonstration before quickly disintegrating. If one looked closely enough, the chains came together to form a picture of a middle finger. Everyone was stunned. What the fuck kind of dead last was Naruto? Alright, this makes no sense, Kiba remarked. Why the hell didn't you get anything while you were in the academy? You had like nothing. Naruto tapped his foot in thought before turning to Fu. He's the demon container of the QB, Fu informed. He has a tailed beast sealed within him. People were afraid and ignorant, so he didn't get anything besides loneliness. Essentially correct. I'm not one to dwell on such things, Naruto added. So the fourth couldn't kill the QB? Ino asked. Nope. Tailed beasts can't be killed. At their core they are annoying, sentient masses of chakra. Naruto snickered to himself at the dumbfounded expressions Team 10, Guy, and Sakura had. The tailed beasts are sentient? Sakura asked, confused. We were always taught that. Yeah, Naruto interrupted. They were mindless beasts of destruction that want to kill all humans around them, blah blah blah. But that's not quite true. Would you call summoning animals beasts of destruction if you couldn't understand what they were saying? They all shook their heads, with the exception of Tayuya and Fu, both of whom were already educated in such things. Exactly. See, people believe tailed beasts want nothing more than to destroy us. Naruto frowned as he saw their expressions. Ooh, shock. Worldview shattered. So they don't want to destroy us? Shikamaru asked warily, narrowing his eyes. Naruto grinned widely and shook his head. Hell no. They just want their freedom and acknowledgement. That doesn't mean they won't remain within their host. Sometimes tailed beasts form a good relationship with their hosts. But what about what happened 14 years ago? Shuji asked, his bag of chips being left alone. The QB destroyed a lot of the hidden leaf, hence my isolation, but I don't care about that. I'm not sure what happened there, but since tailed beasts are sentient, it was likely retaliating. Remember, bunches of ninja attacked it. If someone attacked you, you wouldn't just sit there and take it, would you? That is much to digest, Shino said, adjusting his sunglasses. The tailed beasts attack us because we are imprisoning them and because they resemble giant animals. We believe they are mindless. Naruto nodded. What about the rest of you? Tayuya-chan and Fu-chan already know the truth, but do you accept what I have told you? Hinata nodded, putting on a fierce expression. Well, as fierce as she could muster. It looked hilarious, in Naruto, and Tayuya's opinion. Sakura followed, and then the rest did. Good. Naruto then grinned widely at them, hoping no one would notice his preceding random topic change. I hope you all keep working too because I always like a good fight. He also liked crushing people's preconceptions of being invincible. Nothing like a good dose of reality to stop you from acting like a douchebag, Niji snorted. I am training harder than before and will advance to Chunin in the upcoming exams. I will defeat you next time as well, Tayuya burst out laughing. Niji glared at her. That's hilarious, you pale-eyed fucker. No one can defeat shithead here, Ino growled, not really liking the redhead's swearing. Hey, even if he beat Kiba and Niji in the Chunin exams he's still the dead last, the blonde demon container snickered. Yeah, I can defeat you all easily. You probably won't ever become a challenge for me. Hell, I'll fight you all right here. I'll fight to incapacitate, you can all fight to kill. It won't matter, they'd end up bending over anyway. Maybe Naruto would have Kurama bring some wooden paddles while he was at it. Everyone stared. Your arrogance is most unyouthful, Naruto-kun, Lee muttered, his bushy eyebrows crinkling as he gazed at Naruto. Deep within the recesses of Naruto's mind, Kurama shuddered. Large, furry caterpillar brows. It's not arrogance if it's true, Naruto shot back. Then he frowned in thought. Well, it might be. Shikamaru shook his head and groaned. Troublesome. Fighting all of us at once is a bit over your level. He didn't really see why Naruto would suddenly change the topic. In truth, Naruto wanted them all to work even harder than they were because they were rather underwhelming compared to their alternate counterparts. Sakura, Ino, and Hinata especially were too different as well. They weren't that great in actuality, but the next Chunin exam should determine how much harder they had been working. Hopefully, the next exams would fix the personalities and quirks of Ino, Sakura, and Hinata. Two were open fangirls, while the last was a closet fangirl. Sakura and Hinata, at least, were using their obsessions to strengthen themselves. Sakura wanted to bring Sasuke back and Hinata wanted to be accepted as a worthwhile heir. Clan politics. Such trivialities. In Naruto's own timeline, the Uzumaki clan was so informal that they broke out into friendly fights almost constantly. Plus, whenever they held a party, they would always get smashed beyond belief. It was amazing. Back to Hinata, Naruto was still wondering if she would ever confess to him. It takes initiative to start an actual relationship, after all. His other self probably would never have noticed it if he was as psychologically defunct as Naruto thought he was. Most harems were defunct as well, but Naruto is amazing and therefore, the harem would work. Besides, you only live once. Fuck you. Say that again, motherfucker. I will destroy you. Naruto forcefully stopped himself from continuing. He still wanted to fight the genin all at once because it would be funny chucking them at each other, but he needed something to demonstrate strength. Launching a tailed beast bomb in the middle of the village wasn't really smart, though. Maybe Sakura would tell them what happened in the Land of Spring. Naruto shrugged. Fine, ask Sakura about the mission to the Land of Spring. If any of you want to take me up on a challenge, tell me. I'm going back to my huge fucking mansion. He grabbed Tayuya and Fu, clasped their hands, and then vanished. No one really paid that any mind since it was well known that Tayuya had been living with Naruto. Fu, though no one really knew where she had come from. Well, the Hokage and Jiraiya and some counselors did, so her demon container status might be spread fairly quickly. Hinata glared at the spot the two girls were previously occupying. Them living in a house with her Naruto-kun? It should be her with Naruto-kun. Obvious jealousy mode, activated. All shy girls have an extreme capacity to become jealous regarding relationships their crush chooses, right? And then everyone decided to ask Sakura what had happened in the Land of Spring. Hidden Mist Village, somewhere near it, at least. I can't see anything in this foggy wasteland. Naruto shouted. He was incredibly annoyed. They were in a deserted town that was filled with torn-down buildings and empty houses. Not that they could see that. The Third had sent him and Jiraiya out to help the rebel faction of Mist's civil war. They were nearly done with their war, but there were certain strongholds that couldn't be destroyed quick enough. Apparently, the fourth Mizukage had already been killed. Anyone who could kill a Jinchuriki was cool in Naruto's books, due to how difficult it actually was. Minus unsealing of the beast, of course. Calm down, brat. The rebels have some sort of underground bunker nearby. They just can't take over the hidden mist village without laying siege to it. Walls are too heavily fortified. Plus, the Hokage wants to get in good with them, Jiraiya informed. Naruto scoffed. Fine, I'll bash something down with my 9 tails of fury move. Jiraiya rolled his eyes, muttering something about lack of originality. He was original, yet his so-called student wasn't. What kind of technique name was 9 tails of fury? After walking a bit more, they were surrounded by several ninja. Naruto could feel that they didn't really want to hurt them, as well as a lack of actual malice. So, they were rebels. And in classic Naruto fashion, he gave them all a toothy smile and said, "Fuck yeah, rebels. Can we go to your super secret base now?" Everyone face faulted. This caused Naruto and Jiraiya to be escorted to the leader of the rebel faction, who was in some room guarded by a young swordsman with a strange sword and some dude with an eye patch. Naruto could have been describing her all night, and then quite a bit into the morning. To put it in simple terms, or rather, Naruto terms, she was fucking sexy. Long, ankle-length auburn hair, green eyes, fair skin, and a nice figure accentuated by the blue dress she wore. Naruto could practically smell the perversity coming off of Jiraiya. "That's you, dumbass," Kurama supplied. Naruto mentally scowled. The pervert had had a longer time than he had to control himself. It wasn't his fault that Mei Terumi had those astonishingly amazing breasts. Mei gave them both an eye smile. "First of all, I'd like to thank the Hidden Leaf for sending you, Lord Jiraiya," as well as she trailed off, looking at Naruto meaningfully. "I'm Naruto Uzumaki," the blonde said, attempting in vain not to continue admiring Mei's body. However, if she was annoyed, Mei didn't show it. She smiled at him too. "And Uzumaki? My, that's impressive. Do you have their bloodline as well?" In response, Naruto created an electrified ice crystal in his palm before letting it return to its previous gaseous state. Mei raised an eyebrow, impressed. She didn't sense any chakra imbuing that, oddly enough. "Since you have a bloodline, you must be sympathetic to our cause." "Yes, the Hidden Leaf in general is very sympathetic to your cause, but we had been recovering from our own catastrophe. It is only now that our Hokage has deemed it fit to help out your plight, especially since it is nearing completion," Jiraiya explained. Mei nodded thoughtfully. "We do not want to siege our home village, but we can't get over the walls. Even though Yagura has been dealt with, the anti-bloodline faction seems to be holding on to what little power they have left. So you just want us to blow through a giant wall?" "I fucking called it, pervy sage," Naruto said, smirking at his godfather. Said godfather groaned, reached into a pocket, and handed Naruto some money. "Us? I was assuming Jiraiya would help us break their defenses while you would provide support." Naruto snorted. "Yeah? I'd love to see the old man next to me keep up with my firepower." The guy with the eye patch, Ao, Naruto realized, muttered something about disrespect towards elders. It was ignored by everyone in the room. Mei gave Naruto an odd look. "You have more firepower than Lord Jiraiya? You're only a teenager." "A well-built teenager, but a teenager nonetheless," Jiraiya snickered. "This brat here has more firepower than anyone I've seen. Honestly, the only reason he doesn't leave the Hidden Leaf is because he's giving me." Jiraiya coughed and began to giggle perversely. Mei sighed as she noticed the red tint on his face. "Yeah, and I get some of the cuts when you release your damn book." "Hell, I already agreed to do a scene with Koiki because she won't do it with anyone else," Naruto said, glaring at his perverted godfather. Naruto just knew that his godfather would skimp on the money. He just knew. Mei raised a single eyebrow at that. He was only 14 and yet, he was giving the great Lord Jiraiya, whose books were well-known, research material. "I find that hard to believe, but we will see if you can live up to that." "Do I get a prize if I do?" Naruto asked, smirking at Mei's figure. The swordsman nearby fumed, but didn't do anything. Mei returned the smirk. "Maybe we'll just have to see, won't we?" After some more banter, Mei led Jiraiya and Naruto out to where the village could be seen. Misty, foggy, dreary. Naruto hated it already. Still, he would blow the walls up regardless. If not for Mei Terumi, then for the simple pleasure of blowing something up sky high. "That," Mei said, gesturing to the giant fucking wall in front of the village, "is what we cannot get through. It is surrounded by rocky outcroppings and we can't exactly infiltrate the village. Too many of their forces. How are you going to get through that?" Jiraiya had an idea. He turned to Naruto. "You're not going to blast it, are you?" No answer. Only a devious grin. "Oh fuck, you're going to blast it, aren't you?" Jiraiya groaned to himself and turned to Mei. "You might want to back up a bit. Maybe hide your eyes from the flash, too." Mei frowned. "Flash?" Then there was a sudden increase in pressure throughout the area, causing Jiraiya and Mei to begin to sweat. In Naruto's place was a blood-red, amorphous thing with 4 tails. The thing reared up and slammed its front 2 arms into the ground as anchors. 2 types of chakra appeared before fusing and twisting. The sphere began to grow bigger, bigger, and even bigger. It kept growing until it was several times the thing's size. Then it shrunk. Jiraiya and Mei, as well as several other ninja, had to get out of the area to avoid the crushing pressure. Version 2 Naruto's face mask thing cracked open and he swallowed the ball. Then the body expanded. "Everybody loves lasers, motherfuckers. Pew pew." Mei realized why Jiraiya wanted everyone to hide their eyes. From Naruto's mouth erupted a wide, bright beam of energy that utterly obliterated everything in front of them. The force released was enough to cause the winds to kick up and displace much dust that had been settled around the area. When the brightness of the blast faded, it revealed a huge, quarter-mile wide deep trench that extended quite a bit forward. A large portion of the walls had been completely destroyed, too. May's jaw dropped. For some unbelievable reason, the blast radius hadn't even reached the village. What control? The blood-red amorphous blob grunted as it returned to its previous size. Not even full power, ugh, stupid village. I wish Gaara was still alive. I've always wanted to fight him. Naruto trailed off, as everyone stared at him. The blazing cloak of demonic chakra vanished and the blonde stood up, cracking his back as he did so. Then he grinned cheekily at May. Do I get a prize? May smirked at him. I think I have something in mind. Then her smirk vanished. We still need to clear the village. Wait, let me do that. I have a special technique that can find people with negative intentions, Naruto explained. Oh, really? Care to demonstrate it? May asked, not really believing what Naruto was saying. Getting across a sensor's worst limitation was dubious at best. Not even Ao could do it. Then Naruto's body began to glow a flashy yellow, complete with odd black symbols lining his body. I miss this state. So much fun to use, he remarked, grinning at everyone's befuddled expressions. Then he cloned himself, sending out a series of clones to each rebel group. Well? What are we waiting for? Let's get the fuck out and get going. Everyone wholeheartedly agreed. Naturally, with emotion sensing and intention sensing and bullshit sensing, the hidden mist was reclaimed shortly. Most of the civilians didn't give a damn and only wanted out of the idiotic regime that used to be Gaara's. Naruto still didn't believe Gaara would kill random bloodline users. Fucking idiotic. If he was a freaking Kage, he would realize the usefulness of those users. The blonde put it out of his head. He had a prize to collect, after all. Jiraiya had helped punt idiots out of the hidden mist via Toad kick-ass. Everyone else simply had Naruto point out where people were hiding and kick them out too. Needless to say, with the hidden mist captured, the civil war was over. May, as leader of the rebel faction, was selected to be the new Mizukage. She had Naruto and Jiraiya's support for identical reasons. They liked her body. Of course, Jiraiya had realized that she wanted to give Naruto a prize and, in a bout of his ordinary genius, decided to spy on them. May had taken the young blonde somewhere and Jiraiya was intent on finding out where. His nasal cavity was already leaking blood as he thought about the prize the Mizukage was going to give him. He already had amazing inspiration. An older, still deliciously sexy woman wanting to get into some young teenager's pants. It was glorious. He would be known as Lord Jiraiya the Amazing as he shattered taboo regarding age everywhere. Not quite. Naruto, although being 14, was still a ninja and therefore, an adult. His age would probably not do much at all, especially considering how much he had altered his body via demonic chakra. He had wanted to grow taller. In fact, he was about 5 foot, 8 inches at the moment. Plus, he had ditched his hideous tracksuit. Who in their right mind would wear such a thing? It was great for proving how amazing he was, but it made women run away, and that would never do. So, Naruto was wearing black ninja pants, black sandals, a dark blue muscle shirt, and his green Chunin vest. His forehead protector was strapped to his right bicep, allowing his sun-yellow hair to fall freely. It looked a hell of a lot better than before, in Jiraiya's opinion. He had found the two in a hallway of the Mizukage Tower. They weren't doing anything yet. Jiraiya had to hold back a perverse giggle as the two conversed. All sorts of dirty talk ran through the perverted sage's head. The man brought out a notebook and began to write at a freakish speed. This next book would be utterly dedicated to his godson. So many scenes. So much inspiration. Another giggle. He watched as the new Mizukage gave him a kiss on the cheek and then accepted a scroll he handed her. Then he smacked her ass and they parted ways. Jiraiya's face faltered in disappointment. You weren't spying on us, were you? Naruto asked, having appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Jiraiya quickly recomposed himself and nodded gleefully. If only she had gone all the way, it would have been such a scene, the man said, tears beginning to flow from his eyes. Naruto snorted. Even though she's 2 inches taller than me, she wants me to wait until I'm 16 before we actually go all the way. She says she'd be too much for me to handle now. She also told me what happened to 2 people I was familiar with. Naruto frowned at that. That scroll he had given her had, unfortunately, been incinerated in the ambush. Sometimes he had the worst luck possible. Well, other people had the worst luck possible. Sometimes Kurama thought Naruto stole everyone else's luck and used it for himself. If Tsunade was the legendary sucker, then what was Naruto? Jiraiya snapped out of his funk and grinned lecherously, ignoring the latter part of Naruto's explanation. Oh, really? Well, you'll have to remind me when you take her up on that offer. Naruto rolled his eyes and sighed. Yeah? Anyway, we're done here. Where to next? Jiraiya entered serious mode and took out a scroll from some random pocket. We're heading to Cloud. They have 2 definite Jinchuriki there. Naruto's face brightened. Fuck yes. The Jinchuriki here are dead and missing, and I want to see the faces on the other ones when they realize I'm a beast. Jiraiya shrugged. Well then, we better get going. We need to do some negotiations with Cloud, anyway. And so the 2 perverts set off towards the hidden Cloud. What could happen there? What if Naruto hates Toad's council bashing? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel. And leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.